Hi, Sean Callahan here for Coppell Chevrolet GMC, and the holiday sales event is now underway with unbelievably low interest rates and huge discounts on both our new and pre-owned inventory. Right now, we're offering 0% interest rates or $13,000 off select new models. These are the absolute biggest discounts of the year. You heard right, 0% interest rates or $13,000 off select new models. So please stop on in or check us out online at CoppellCars.com. All deals with approved credit, must trade, and Costco.
Automotive Solutions is Lincoln's one-stop shop for all your vehicle needs, from vinyl wraps to engine repair and maintenance. Automotive Solution offers fleet services as well as printing and graphic design for vinyl applications, plus installation of vinyl for boats, trucks, cars, and anything else you want wrapped. Perfection is their standard, and they never settle for less. Call today at 531-249-5600 or go to automotivesolutionslincoln.com to learn more. That's Automotive Solutions, 2040 Southwest 5th Street in Lincoln.
Discover the difference that expertise and experience can make in your real estate journey with Next Ag Appraisal and Realty. Whether you need an appraisal, sales, or farm management, Next Ag comes up with a solution with your legacy and goals in mind. Next Ag isn't just their name, it's your future. So why wait? Visit their website today at www.nextagrealestate.com or give them a call at 402-380-0432 and turn your dreams into reality. Your land, your legacy, their solutions. Next Ag Appraisal and Realty.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
As an 18-year-old, I let my mistakes kind of take over my life. I was 0.5 credits away from completing high school, and I didn't do it.
10 years later, at age 28, Jackie finished her high school diploma.
When I found out that I was pregnant, I know that I had to do something for myself if I wanted to make her a better person and provide a better life for her. My family never stopped pushing for me to be better because they knew what I could become and who I could become as a person. My support team is amazing. The educational director, my sister, and even my 7-year-old daughter has just been more than the support that I could ask for. I've been given an opportunity, and I'm just thankful for it.
No one gets a diploma alone. If you're thinking of finishing your high school diploma, you have help. Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org. That's finishyourdiploma.org. Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
Did you know that AmeriCorps programs improve lives, strengthen communities, and foster civic engagement in Nebraska? For example, AmeriCorps members serving with International Council for Refugees and Immigrants help students from refugee and immigrant families overcome cultural barriers and adapt to life in Nebraska. Discover more about AmeriCorps programs making a difference in your community at serve.nebraska.gov. Paid for by Serve Nebraska. Aired by the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Welcome into Fitness Fanatics on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Now here are your hosts, Jeff and Nicole Essig.
All right, welcome in, Fitness Fanatics, first show of 2025. Crazy how time goes by. Harrison, how was your New Year's Eve? Did you make it to see the ball drop at Times Square?
Oh, yeah, we talked a little bit before we got going here. It was a riot. Can't believe I made it home. It was insane. Nah, I made it home well before midnight. And
did you at least see the 11 o'clock drop?
Yeah, I was
the New York drop?
I didn't watch it. I was definitely up till New Year's, but it's one of those where I just kind of looked at the clock and I was like, oh, hey, it's New Year's.
Yeah.
I went to bed. Yeah.
I went to bed like probably before 8.
Yeah, I wish some preemptive Happy New Year's.
Yeah.
And headed off home.
Well, welcome in. First show of the new year. If you have any questions for us, want to comment, 402-465 or 464-5685, Starter Heyman text line. I had kind of two full circles in my fatherhood life this past week. So maybe some of you can relate to this if you have kids. First one, this morning I was so proud. Last night we had the ice impending.
Oh,
and
a
family just passed this down to the next generation of youth. We put the cardboard on the windshield of Ben's car. Have you ever done this, Harrison?
PC parks outside.
Yep, parks outside. He works this morning not this morning to an 18-year-old.
He actually just texted us. He doesn't have to go in.
Oh, they canceled. Is Culver's closed?
No, they just don't need someone there.
Oh, okay.
Probably slow. Like how many people are going to
Yeah,
be
I
driving
don't think
through
they
this
think
to get-
it's going to be super busy.
Yeah.
So you've never put cardboard on your windshield?
No. So the mindset for me, I had to park outside too. If it's that cold and there's that much snow or ice, I need to go out and start my car early anyways.
I know. They don't really do that. Our kids don't do that. That was another full circle because Jeff I've heard this story a million times back in your day.
Back in my high school days, I used to go start my car I had an 82 Monte Carlo high school. So I'd go start my car when it was if it was iced over, I'd start my car, then I'd go in, take a shower.
Oh, that's way early.
Eat breakfast, and I'd walk out to my Monte Carlo. There wouldn't be a piece of ice anywhere on the car.
You can't really do
I'd
that
get
nowadays, though.
And it was so warm. I didn't even need a coat. It was just great.
Nice. See, there's that's why you got to do it. You run out there, you suck it up for a little bit, but then you just run right back inside, go eat breakfast, and you hop back in that car.
That's what I did.
Better than parking in the garage.
That's what I did. About
Well,
30,
maybe not,
45 minutes. Let that baby warm up.
Our kids don't do that.
So we put the
Rough on the car if you don't.
cardboard over the windshield this morning. And so then when you go outside, you just take the cardboard off, and your windshield, there's not a piece of ice on it.
Now our daughter has the fancy actual cover on her car, which I was out shoveling while she was leaving for work today, and she just takes her cover off and puts all the snow onto the part that I had just shoveled. Thanks, Katie. You couldn't have done it into the yard on the other side.
When it's cold, people just don't think. They're just trying to get out of it.
No.
So we do have a text coming in hot today.
All right.
A hot take that Harrison, he was actually trying to delete this text, and I said, no, we're not deleting the text. I'm going to read it.
This all
from
happened
Mississippi Mud Dog.
telepathically between you two. Okay.
Been saying it all year. Kayla Williams is a loser. Bears suck. Go, Pat, go.
Wow.
You know what the worst part about this is?
Wow. We hadn't even talked
Mud
about
Dog.
it yet.
He's a frequent texter. Zero ammunition to ever fight back. That was the worst part about being a Bears fan. Is you just got nothing. Nothing to throw
Nothing we
there.
could say.
No.
We've lost 40 of the last 55 games to the Packers.
Well,
I saw this yesterday as the Browns were starting their 40th quarterback since 1999 when they became the Browns again. 40th quarterback yesterday when they started Bailey Zappi against the Ravens.
That's right.
So guess who's number 2? The Bears. 30 starting quarterbacks since 1999.
But Jeff, Caleb Williams hasn't thrown an interception. And how many snaps now?
Well, he did throw one last week on the final play of the game.
Oh, that's right. He did finally break that. That was kind of a.
But like I was saying, you look at Jaden Daniels and Bo Nix, and they're probably both going to make the playoffs. If Bo Nix was a Bear, he wouldn't be doing what he's doing. If Jaden Daniels was drafted by Chicago, he wouldn't be doing what he's doing. I mean, Caleb Williams, has looked bad at times, but like I've said over and over, he didn't give up a Hail Mary against Washington.
Yeah,
he didn't get his field goal blocked against the Packers. He led them come from behind. Now, if he wouldn't have sucked the whole game prior to those moments, it wouldn't have been in that situation. But he's had 3 offensive coordinators, 2 head coaches, and he's going to be the first Bear to start every game of the season since 2009.
Which is incredible.
First quarterback to start every game since 2009. So he's a little baby.
He's actually still playing decent football.
And Mississippi, all these Packer fans, yes, you've been blessed.
I didn't even wear Packer stuff today because it felt kind of mean.
I didn't even wear Bears stuff today because it felt kind of shameful.
Plus, we do have Packers fans joining us for the next segment, and I'm sure at least one of them will be decked out in Packers.
I'm sure.
I thought about it, but then it kind of felt like a bullying a little bit, so I didn't.
It's okay. We're grown men. We're used to it.
That's almost what makes it more sad.
I know this wasn't planned on the segment, but I was thinking.
We were talking about something else.
That's okay. I got my other
coming for New Year's. I was thinking, but everyone does best moments. I think the worst moment I had was when you guys brought Amon Green in the Green Bay Packer bandwagon that came into the station. Remember when you had tons of people lined up in front of the window?
Our guests came.
Yeah.
They'll be here today.
Hey,
A bunch of cheeseheads signing autographs, all just smiling. And well, I had confidence at the time the Bears are going to be different, so it didn't hurt. But in hindsight, it hurts even more.
anything for the show, right?
Yeah.
So if I had to bring in former Packer, we got 2 more Packer texts here. Just
Oh, you know,
people
they're
are
gonna be
lighting up.
pouring in.
The Bears still suck. Go Pack, go from Joe B. Bill and Bennett. Us Packer fans stick together, but the Bears are really the only team in our division we can pick on.
That's true.
Yep.
I am
Yeah,
much
everyone
more
else is scary.
excited for that I'll be sleeping for. I'm much more excited to wake up tomorrow and see the outcome of the
Now,
Vikings Lions.
You guys,
I was
there's
gonna say Bears Packers. That's
No,
what you're
I'll
going to
watch-
sleep at.
there's
No.
there's still a game today to be played. So I am in the mindset I want to beat the Packers today. I don't care
Absolutely.
because you know what? In reality, the worst we can go in our draft pick is 10. We're 9 right now. So it's not like we're going from 9 to 20 and we're going to pick an offensive lineman. So
And you never
it's
just
fine, right?
bow down to a rival
No.
like that.
And I don't even care if Jordan Love sits the second half. I don't care. I'll have no shame if they get the job done.
Well,
and get
yeah,
the win.
you're a Bears fan.
And I'll take the W and the
Yeah.
off-season momentum,
Absolutely.
right?
You have to.
Right.
You can't. What would this be? 11 straight losses?
We'll be 12.
12? You cannot head into the offseason off 12 straight.
We
You
were
need to figure out how to win a ball game.
We've win in 10 straight, 8
We
straight,
haven't-
6 straight, 4 straight. It's fine.
we haven't talked about this much this season, but we do have on our refrigerator.
Oh, this is bad.
This
is
magnet
bad.
Yeah.
Sliders, yeah.
Just the magnet sliders.
Oh,
Yes.
Oh, my
we have a
Lord.
Packers and Notre Dame representation.
You know,
Anyway, no. So yes, the magnet sliders of the records. And just last night points at it and goes, remember when the Bears were the only one that with 4 wins?
Yes, the Bears were the first team,
First team to 4
I
wins.
remember. You were
of the
so
Packers, Ravens, and Bears to get
We-
the 4 wins.
And they
Stop
haven't
that.
moved.
They haven't moved since. We've been stuck.
Meanwhile, my Packers and Ben's Ravens. Boop, 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 boop,
Yeah,
boop,
they're
boop.
at 12 and 11, and then the Bears are still down at 4.
I need to draw the
so
picture.
bad.
You're not quite at the basement yet, but last year I took it off and I drew you guys in a basement with just one solitary light bulb.
that was nice of you.
So my other epiphany, or my other full circle.
We'll talk about sports more in the next segment
we'll get
too.
some more
Don't
sports.
worry.
So my other full circle is new. So I was really excited. We have our son Ben. He's 18. I was really excited for these college football playoff games. Right?
Wasn't this on Christmas?
No,
Oh,
no. Well, those were the pre ones. This was
Oh,
on
okay.
this. No, Christmas. We went over to Curtis's and watched the Steelers, Chiefs, and then
talking
the
about
Ravens.
Christmas
Houston.
morning when you were all had your feelings hurt because Ben
No,
wasn't
no,
going to
no.
watch football.
This
with
was
you.
New Year's Eve.
Okay.
So I was telling him, like, you need to get these days off work, right? You need this night, and they're closed on Christmas or on New Year's Day, so that don't really matter. So I was all excited to watch these playoff games with him. It was the first one's New Year's Eve, Penn State, Boise State, and I said, you know, are you excited? And he was like, I'm going to Peyton's. Peyton's his girlfriend for over a year now.
Mhm.
So he abandons me. No, this is what happened. He worked New Year's Eve night, but he got off at like 8:00. So when they close, so he came home and the game was, Nicole was already in bed.
Yeah, I don't stay up for sports.
He comes home and I'm there watching it by myself. So
Oh,
he
yeah,
comes
it was the
in.
best day ever.
Yeah, he
Mhm.
changes. He like makes this pizza. And then I thought, oh, he's going to hang out and eat the pizza and watch this. He takes the pizza and walks out the door. See you later.
He took the
He
pizza.
took
on
the
the
pizza
road.
with him.
We're
Didn't
talking like
even-
a frozen DiGiorno.
Yeah,
or-
kind of.
Frozen pizza he
Right.
made
Yeah.
and takes it with him over to her house. I'm
That's
like, why can't you
incredible.
just make it at her place?
That's what I
mean,
said.
she lives with her parents. So I'm like, why can't you make it over there? But I didn't say that. So I was thinking, oh, he's going to sit down. It's getting getting into the fourth quarter. Like it was a pretty tight game at this point, still 10-point game. And just out he goes. So
His
then,
pizza in a Tupperware
okay. So
container.
then I'm like, okay, I understand, you know, it's New Year's Eve, yada, yada, yada. So then the next New Year's Day, I'm like, all right, we're going to buckle down. We got 3 games, which it only up being 2, but
Mhm.
we're going to watch these games, the first ever playoff. And I get home, the gyms weren't open in the evening. So I get home after the morning classes and I said, well, what's Peyton doing today? And he says, hanging out with me. And I'm like, well, And so off he goes again. He's not home the entire day. But I'll tell you, to give my other family members some love on the show, they were watching the games with me, and my daughter got home from work, and we all watched the end of the Texas-Arizona State game, and we were and it was awesome, and it was fun and exciting. And little Ben just missed out.
So now Katie's
That was
gonna
his
be the
problem.
football fan. Is that what's
No,
gonna happen?
She is a football fan.
Yeah, she is.
Yeah.
She's a big football fan.
She's a big Ravens
Was she
fan
the
too.
youngest then?
She's
Or-
the oldest. She's
Okay.
older.
Yeah,
she's 21.
She'll be 22 in 2 months.
Oh, okay.
So kind of my full circle was on New Year's Day on Nicole's Facebook memories. So we started dating in December of 1996. I know some of you might not have been alive then, but that's when we started dating.
Harrison wasn't.
Felt
And
just like yesterday.
Yeah.
yep, New Year's Eve, I went to one of her little high school friends' house to a little New Year's Eve party. We've only been dating for about 3 weeks now.
2 weeks.
Mhm.
Maybe
3
only
weeks.
been on a couple dates.
Mhm.
And I was reminded on her Facebook memories that her post was, Jeff hung out with us on the New Year's Eve party instead of what, and this is worse in my opinion, because Ben just didn't watch games, right?
Just random football.
I went to this New Year's Eve party instead of watching the 96 Orange Bowl between Nebraska and Virginia Tech with my dad. Like, I left him.
Yeah, you know he was at home watching
Bye.
it still.
I'm going to this New Year's Eve party,
You probably cried.
and now I feel bad
You should.
because that New Year's Day, as we took the dog on a walk, and I was like, I didn't say anything. Obviously, I didn't want to cause a big scene at the house, but I was like, kind of bummed out a little bit. I was excited, and now, he's just. But I did the exact same thing to my dad
You did.
28 years ago, and I missed the Husker game, and really, I don't think I really missed very many games since. But
I looked up the post because it specifically said this was 28 years ago now. 28? Yeah.
29.
Well,
Oh, yeah.
28. 28 years ago, Jeff opted to hang out with his new girlfriend and her friends on New Year's Eve instead of staying home to watch the Huskers play in the 1996 Orange Bowl. Then I said he must have really liked that girl. It was me, obviously. But Chris Raff commented, which is funny.
I mean, it's shameful
I was
on my
saying-
part.
You're lucky you married her.
At
Otherwise,
that-
it'd
I
look
know.
way worse.
I know. At that time, 2 years ago, Chris Raff commented and said, "What kind of girlfriend makes her boyfriend miss a Husker game?"
Right. See?
I was from Iowa. I never watched college football before we met. I
And-
watched professional football. That's it. My dad was a Iowa fan. We watched Iowa basketball. We didn't watch a ton of Iowa football.
Now, a little.
And I said
crazy.
that you didn't miss it. We still had it on.
Had it on, yes. And at that time, Nebraska was really good, obviously. So people weren't giving stuff to
Yeah,
me.
it wasn't the first bowl game in 8 years.
But we were a little dejected because we had just played in 3 straight national championship games. Just got
You
lost.
thought you were dejected. Just wait.
I know.
Yeah, we lost to Texas, so we weren't playing for the national championship. If it would have been a national championship game, I wouldn't have went to the party.
Really? You think so?
Oh, I know so. Yes. Yeah. No, there's no way I would have went to that party. So it was like, oh, we're only playing in the Orange Bowl. Only
Lost
playing
your
in the Orange Bowl.
conference. You weren't even the conference champions.
Oh, yeah. So Jesse texted and said, you didn't watch football. That's because you didn't have any good college football to watch in Iowa,
Yeah.
which is true.
Yeah.
And you know what, Jesse? They still don't have any good football to watch in Iowa because Iowa still sucks.
My dad watched it. He had some Rose Bowl paraphernalia. I remember that.
Some 85 Rose. And
Wow.
you talk about us living in the past.
I'll tell you what.
Well,
it
this was in the 80s and 90s.
I know. Yeah.
for a year. The Big Ten finally takes the threshold of being the better conference. Here comes Iowa.
Yeah.
Losing to Missouri.
Oh,
Way to
they
go.
just
Way to
caused-
go, Iowa.
Yeah, that's fine with me.
I know.
was
It was just funny to see like all these, even you see USC, Michigan beats Bama. All these Big Ten teams are winning these matchups, and then here comes Iowa.
Oh, and we
3-point
also haven't even talked about how hilarious it was watching that Texas game, knowing that it was the Big Ten crew officiating.
Oh,
it.
yeah, Harrison, right?
After
How
our
did it
conversation
feel?
last
Yeah.
week.
A
Yeah.
controversial call. No, who would have thought?
Multiple. It was literally like we had talked about last week.
We
like
did.
they're throwing a dart at
Really?
like a spinning wheel.
You think the college
I
football
mean, the targeting
playoffs
one aside from the targeting one, which was totally egregious, but all the other random throwing flags for just whatever reason.
We're like, well, that's what we deal
Who
with.
messaged you? Oh, Bubba messaged you, didn't he? And told you that was the Big Ten crew.
Big Ten crew.
I'm like, oh, it all makes sense.
I don't
now.
know if you're the college football playoffs.
That's embarrassing.
Review the tape. Like Big Ten officials, stay the hell away. I will say this: the SEC does mean more when it comes to the officiating. I don't know why. It's always just a much better officiated game.
And then I'm not sure who was officiating the Georgia Notre Dame game, but Kirby Smart was like, well, our officials said that's totally illegal of the mass substitution. So I don't know what crew was officiating that game.
Yeah.
But he was like used to the way SEC does things. And then you get some random people from wherever conference that they're in. Oh my gosh. So it was so funny. Just like, this is what we deal with every freaking week with these Big Ten officials. They're so bad. Just random,
inconsistent. You got to be on them nonstop because what it feels like with Big Ten officials, it's like you just have to be on them all the time because it feels like they cave. Like they make a bad call, and it feels like when they make that bad call, it's just a matter of time before. All right, let me get my makeup. Let me get in this ref's ear long enough for them to throw a phantom call here. And it just feels like trade-offs between phantom calls
or just reviewing and not making a call.
Yeah, reviewing it for 5-10 minutes at times.
This is so bad.
I never understand it. Also, you know those replays are just laptops, those replay booths.
Oh,
when they look
like
in those,
I
thought it was like a fancy little. No, it's just like a laptop, and it's just got the plays they pull up one by one.
You would think they just have a replay center.
Yeah, I thought it was a lot more efficient than that.
Right.
I didn't realize they're just looking off a laptop, and then there's one person in their ear who's got more laptops, apparently, or monitors in front of them.
What was really funny was DP had I was laughing so hard about this. DP had tweeted out just a question like, or about that call, and then somebody replied to DP and said, DP, if that was a Nebraska player that hit a Texas receiver, do you think it would have been called targeting? And DP replied and said, yes, every official at the game would have thrown a flag and the replay official would have thrown a flag also. So funny. You like
flag coming all the way from the top.
From the top of the arena. It's coming down from just, that's what would have happened. But we know from playing Texas in the 2009 championship game that they get the calls. And then a clip of from 2007, Mark Mangino, who was the Kansas coach. I don't even remember Mark Mangino.
Yeah.
There was a game where Texas beat Kansas in Lawrence, and it was just, I don't remember the exact the calls, but there was some egregious calls against Kansas. And at the post-game press conference, Mark Mangino was like, they were asking him about the game, and he was like, there's only one reason the outcome of this game is the BCS. The BC, he said it like 4 times. It was this little 10-second clip. Oh, it was so funny. We know Texas always gets the calls. That's why we hate Texas.
Or a second magical time on the clock, whatever.
Yeah. Oh, that's the 2009 Big 12
that's
championship.
The 1 second.
Yep. 1 second there. Well, you needed Texas to play for the national championship.
That's my big one that always hurts me the most growing up.
Well,
that game versus Texas.
Because it's always you play the hypothetical what if game, right? What if we beat Texas?
That defense could have beat anybody. That's what kills me. Because that was a good Texas offense.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Really good. Arguably one of the best offenses in college football that year, and we shut them down. That defense could have stopped. I really do think they could have stopped Bama that year.
Well,
that good.
That year, they lost to Virginia Tech on the road, and they gave up a long pass.
Yeah.
And then they lost to a game Nicole and I were at, actually, the Iowa State game where we had 8 turnovers.
Yep. Our offense was
and
so bad.
5 inside the 5-yard line.
Yeah.
We were at that game also.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then they lost that Texas game. But they won, and they would have went to the Orange Bowl, and we got our first conference championship. And I mean,
who knows what it would have been today, right?
And does Nebraska... Oh, Texas Tech was the other loss. Yeah. Thank you, Mississippi Mud Dog. And do we go to the Big Ten if we're Big 12 champions?
I don't know. You would think yes, right? Because you'd imagine that stuff's in the works already.
Well, part of that reason was Texas was running everything,
Yeah,
right?
but
The offices got moved to Dallas. Everything that Osborne wanted, they didn't get. They just catered to Texas. And then that was kind of like the final straw because that summer we're out.
Yep.
So kind of a big what if.
It's
a crazy big what if.
By far the biggest what if I'll ever have. I'll never know. That and if Derrick Rose never
if he wouldn't have got injured in the playoffs.
I can't remember what ACL, what knee, if it was an entire leg that was blown. That one and 09. 09 kills me every time.
I know.
Mainly because Colt McCoy, and then I got to watch his terrible broadcasting on NBC, and I'm like, I can't believe this guy beat us.
That was so Texas played Alabama for the title, and Colt McCoy got hurt on the first drive.
Yeah.
So that's
we kind of helped out Alabama. We did that to me. It's like we did 99% of the damage, and he was like one hit away.
Yeah, and he was
destroyed him that game.
Yep, his first hit, he was out for the game. So that was kind of a.
I mean, he did
bummer.
take a beating in that game versus Nebraska.
He did.
Like that was. I don't care who you are. You could be Josh Allen. Like you're gonna feel that one.
And I went back and I've watched that game. I watched it with Ben because for the longest time, I thought that Justin Tucker was the field goal kicker for Texas that beat us. So I told Ben, I don't want any Justin Tucker garbage in this house. Like,
you were just hating on Justin Tucker for no reason.
Because I thought he was the kicker for Texas because he kicked for Texas.
Who was the kicker?
But he actually was the punter. He was the punter that game. So they had a different kicker that actually made the game-winning field goal in that. It wasn't Justin Tucker. He was the punter for Texas in that game. But yeah, so once I realized that, then I was okay. So now he does have a Justin Tucker jersey.
Tucker's been struggling this year, hasn't he?
Yeah, he has.
He has,
but
he's made a couple 50-yarders, so it seems like he's kind of back into it.
Kickers are scary because it feels like they're the one breed where it feels like when they lose their touch, it's not like a shooter. Like there's a chance it just never comes back.
Yeah,
I don't know what that is.
There's been a lot of that this season too.
Yeah, a lot of missed field goals and like the Texas kicker, right? He missed 2 game-winning field goals at the end. So
that is great. Arizona State, I know it wasn't a double overtime, but man, they really had multiple opportunities to win that game.
Mm-hmm.
They did 4th and 13,
and then we probably would have been heading down the barrel at an All Big Ten. There's still a chance for an All Big Ten.
Still a chance, yeah.
But Texas, I mean, well, we're at the clock here. I'm not gonna. I was about to tell you with the Texas
Here
versus Ohio State.
All right, so we're gonna take a break. Our guests are here. We're gonna actually talk about some health.
Eventually, I'm sure we'll talk about football again. They're both decked out in football.
Well, it's a good thing we run the show, so we're not talking any Packers stuff.
Okay, sure.
All right, we'll be right back. We got Bruce and Lindsay coming in with us here, so stay with us. 93.7 The Ticket, Fitness Fanatics.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
There's nothing quite like the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese beef. The Mercado offers unique ingredients you can't find anywhere else, open every day from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. The full-service butcher shop and retail store is wonderful for meat lovers with their exclusive Certified Piedmontese beef and assorted sausages, plus other quality meats, including pork, chicken, and a wide range of the freshest seafood. Plus, every Friday from 11 to 2, the Mercado serves up the best lunch in town on their Friday Feast menu. Stop in at the Mercado today at 84th and Havelock or visit their website at cpmercado.com to see current deals.
Midwest Bank is proud to be your local community bank right here in Lincoln. This is Abby with Midwest Bank. Stop by our new location at 70th and Pioneers. Our new full-service branch does it all. From our friendly staff to our easy online banking and mobile app, you get all the technology of a big bank that you need, but you still get the hometown customer service that you want. Your community, your bank. Midwest Bank. Learn more at midwest.bank. Member FDIC.
New year, new you? Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping can help make sure you keep that resolution this time. Our proven system combines kickboxing, strength training, and nutrition, along with our expert coaching to make sure you're moving forward toward your goals. The next 10-week challenge starts January 11th. But if you enroll now, you can start today and get a head start on those gains for no extra cost. Plus, head to fxblincoln.com and you can save $100. Don't wait. Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping at 40th and Yankee Hill and 70th and Vine.
Hey farmers, join Boyk Farm Outfitters at Precision Planning's Winter Conference happening January 22nd and 23rd at Innovation Campus in Lincoln. At Winter Conference, they'll cover topics like fertilizer inputs, weed management, spraying technologies, and priorities of the planter pass, to name a few. It's your chance to see new research that'll put you and your farm ahead of the curve, and it's free to attend. Whether you're a seasoned pro or just starting out, this event's for you. Visit BoykFarmOutfitters.com for all the details and to reserve your spot today.
At Parkview Animal Hospital in Lincoln, it's not just a professional care that sets them apart, but their warm staff and state-of-the-art facilities. Whether it's for a routine checkup or a comprehensive medical procedure, at Parkview, your pet isn't just another number, but a valued member of their caring family. Visit them at pahlincoln.com today and in person just south of 14th and Pine Lake Road. Parkview Animal Hospital, your pet, our passion. For happier, healthier furry friends.
Rico here with HIS Auto Care at 70th and Van Dorn, letting you know HIS is a great place to bring your vehicle for service. With superior service, bumper to bumper, we'll treat your vehicle like it's your mother's. Doesn't get any better than that. So call 402-488-8934 and HIS Auto will make you glad you did. 5% off, mention this ad, and for sure your mother will be proud you called. 402-488-8934, HIS Auto Care, 70th and Van Dorn. God bless you.
Hey there, fellas. It's your girl Jordan with Sartor Heyman Jewelry. Let's talk about trading up. Not what you're thinking. You could never trade her in, but you can trade up her stone if you like. Signify the growth of your love, the challenges you have overcome, or any part of your love journey by trading up her diamond. Whether it's been 5 years, 25 years, or 50, say it with a bling. Big love, big bling. We got you. Until next time, this is Jordan at Sartor Heyman Jewelry. Happy shopping, guys.
Hello.
Angela, we have to break up.
But why?
Because you're a robot and I'm just a guy trying to get better internet.
It's Aloe Fiber, isn't it? I always knew you wanted faster speeds. My contract isn't good enough for you.
Face it, Angela, they let me talk to real people.
Press 4 to break my heart. Oh wait, you already did.
Visit aloefiber.com to switch today.
If you're a veteran, our nation has created a wide range of benefits to thank you for your service, but it can be difficult to navigate the process of determining eligibility, filing claims, appealing decisions, and securing the benefits you've earned. Speak to your County Veteran Service Officer or the Nebraska Department of Veterans Affairs State Service Office to see what's available to you and your family. These services are 100% free, so visit veterans.nebraska.gov today. Sponsored by the Nebraska Department of Veterans Affairs, aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
When you were a kid, clubs were cool. Robotics club and space club and stuff like that. But what do adults get? Book clubs and quilting clubs? Nah, forget that. How about margarita clubs and old-fashioned clubs? Get to Upside Bar and Lounge for the best clubs in town. Try all 10 varieties of Upside margaritas or old fashions and take home a free souvenir glass. Grab the whole crew and pair it with taco night on Mondays or whiskey Wednesdays. Upside Bar and Lounge at 29th and Pine Lake.
Now back to Fitness Fanatics on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back into the Fitness Fanatics. We are joined in studio by a couple people that had some awesome transformations in 2024. So we wanted to have them in to talk about their transformations over the last year.
And they're Fitness Fanatics super fans. They listen to the show. They comment all the time, message all the time.
In fact, I
heckle Jeff.
I owe an apology to Rick Heyman.
Oh.
Because I was just informed. Now, Harrison, you dropped the ball on this for 3 years. But I've been saying, I say starter Heyman text line, and that's been wrong.
Have you seriously been saying starter?
I haven't noticed either, but
usually people say Hammond, and that's always the one I hear.
Oh,
I don't recognize this. You're the first person to just
not read
You're just not reading it. I don't
No.
know what to tell you there.
that just means he only knows that whole spiel because he's listened to the ticket for so long. So he probably never has even actually read
Nope.
read it.
I
The
had
logo.
the number memorized.
Well, you're
Right.
lucky enough.
everything.
Sartor Heyman is well known.
Yeah.
Sartor
It doesn't
Heyman.
throw him off too much.
So, Rick, if you're listening, I apologize, but Lindsay informed me that I've been saying it wrong this whole time. And when they listen at home, she's yelled at me through the radio, Jeff, it's Sartor. But she's never told me that when I see her at the gym for the last 2.5 years. So I think maybe she just wants me to keep saying it wrong so I look stupid. I don't know. That could be why.
That's okay. There's other opportunities.
Yeah, always. All right, guys. Well, welcome into the studio. So before we get into your fitness story over the last year, we want to get to know you a little bit. We want our listeners to get to know you. So the first thing we want to talk about is where you grew up, where you went to high school, and if you were active in sports. So Bruce, we'll start with you.
Oh, me first. So I grew up in Bloomfield, which is almost the South Dakota border. Harrison, we were just talking about this. It's up by Hardington. So if you can figure out where I live, he's not far away either. I was not an athlete. I was in the band, and half the reason I did band was because we got to go to the games for free.
Mhm.
And then we got to leave if we were having a bad night, which, there were advantages. But no,
What
I was
instrument did you play?
I was the baritone, and then it was a keyed trombone for jazz.
Mhm.
So
Okay.
yeah, I mean, it was fun. I loved it. We did march a couple times, so when Jeff tells his marching stories, I kind of have to chuckle, and I'm like, I was almost there, and then yeah,
Did you have your music on your instruments when you marched?
we did.
Yeah, that's
We
how you
did.
know.
So, and the good thing was Bloomfield is such a small town that it didn't take long to march the entire parade route, and then we were, went to work and went to the game that night, so it was a good time. So,
So I
Awesome.
played the trombone, right?
do you?
Yeah,
Trombone.
yeah,
Yeah.
I played the trombone
hmm
I mean,
for 7 years. I played trombone.
I thought I'd heard all your fun stories. Apparently, we haven't heard this one yet.
Well,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
what I played in band. In band, I played the trombone for 7 years. So you were playing the trombone. It wasn't really a trombone.
Right.
It was more like it looked like a trombone
Had
with
the ri-
with trumpet keys.
Right.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Mhm.
So you wanted to look like you're a cool trombone player
I think a trumpet's way cooler than a
with the
trombone.
trumpet
Sorry.
keys, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Honestly, it wasn't even my decision. It was the band director's decision. He's like, "Here, you're gonna look less awkward marching with this," and I agreed. So
Because you didn't have
So,
to
yeah,
look
exactly.
out to hit people.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Trombones were always in the front of the parade line because you couldn't hit somebody in front of you. At least it was for our marching band.
I
Yeah.
don't even
okay.
remember. That's been so long ago.
Mhm.
But yeah,
I remember it like it was yesterday. Of course, I don't have very many highlights in my high school career, but
Okay.
marching band was one of them.
and I don't have any good Al Bundy stories for you. So
No,
unfortunately,
no. Oh, no, that's okay.
Yeah. All right. What about you, Lindsay?
I'm from Lincoln, so I went to Pius here in town, so I did that. I played like the volleyball and the basketball and all that in like middle school, and played softball from t-ball all the way through high school. More just like summer leagues and stuff, and then I also did dance, did tap for 14 years. So
Oh, you did tap. Nicole loves
mhm.
to tap dance.
I used to tap dance as an adult. I took it as a continuing education through something. I tapped at the Iowa State Fair.
She did.
It was fun.
On the Bill Riley stage.
I know
if-
it doesn't
for
mean
those
as
who-
much
No,
here,
it
but the
doesn't.
Iowa State Fair is a big deal. It's bigger than the Nebraska State Fair. So
then
Chattanooga Choo Choo. I know some of it still.
When was this?
I did a long time ago. I mean, before we moved here,
Like,
obviously.
were
so
you dating her at the time?
we were
or-
married. I was a grown adult. It was
Oh,
an
were you-
adult tap
Were
dancing
you
class.
dating her? at the
Yeah.
time?
Midlife crisis or no?
No, I just did it with some friends. It was fun. It was really fun. I miss it
You
actually.
see, you only hear stupid things that I
Yeah,
say.
that
Not
was
stupid.
crazy.
Not
It was
stupid, but like,
fun. I
I don't
still
know.
have my tap shoes.
She does still have her tap shoes.
Yeah, I'm just really. I don't want to spend too much time on that.
That's
It's a
just
unique thing to get
stories
involved in.
for
not
other
my-
times. Like SCC has like continuing education type classes. That's kind of what this was. It was kind of maybe through Des Moines Public Schools. I can't remember,
It's
but we were
tap
just
dancing. That I just
Mhm.
why that one sticks out. Like, you know what?
I don't know, but I was in the beginner class, and then my friend Janet and I tried to do the intermediate one time, and it was really bad, and so we went back to beginner.
But yep, they performed at the state fair. I was there. I
Cool.
watched it.
I don't think I've ever seen tap dancing. So
Well, maybe Nicole will have to wear her tap shoes in here one day. Give you a little, do a little soft shoe.
I'll
or
post it on
two-step.
our Instagram. I have it. I have a video of it.
Well, we'll get the board out. Do you probably need a special floor for that?
No, the floor out here at the studio would be perfect. The
We'll put
polished
on aloe cable and you
polished concrete, perfect.
can tap dance for all the fitness fanatics.
You have the video from the state
Oh
fair
yeah.
perform. Oh,
Uh-huh. Oh yeah, I still have it. It comes up on my memories.
wow.
What was your thoughts? No, I'm just so curious.
He
about
was
this.
working. I was a stay-at-home mom. He's like, whatever, just do whatever you need to do to
I
stay
was a
sane.
supportive husband.
And you went to the show?
Oh yeah. Oh, well, absolutely.
All right. Good for
All
you.
right.
Cool.
Anyway, enough about me.
Back to you, Lindsay.
All right. So I went to UNL here and like continued playing softball, just like the co-ed stuff. And that was fun because I lived at home. So it was nice to meet people that way and all of that. So yeah,
Any Al Bundy moments?
I don't think so.
Like you
No.
like you hit a home run or
Well,
you,
yeah, I hit home runs.
no
yeah,
big deal.
fine.
I
But-
think I think one of the hardest things to do is to hit a baseball or softball. Like I watch these games and I'm like, I've played one game of slow pitch softball in my entire life.
Oh, my one team through work, we won the championship for co-ed slow pitch softball.
Well, that's
so,
awesome.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
back in like 2013 or something.
See,
That's a big deal.
I still have the plaque.
I don't know if I've ever won a
Jeff
championship.
doesn't have
at
any
anything.
awards.
Well, actually, you
Except
guys,
a ping pong.
I did win
trophy.
I won our church ping pong tournament. I'm not sure what happened to that trophy, but I
don't
did get
know.
a trophy. Now it's gone.
I won my last softball tournament, slow pitch softball tournament. I was there for the first game. We lost. And then I started doing this on every Sunday and then had to miss every game after that. And they won every game after that. And they won the championship.
After you left?
After I left. But I was still involved with the team and I still got a t-shirt because I paid my fee. So
hey, that's awesome.
Al Bundy moment.
Mm-hmm.
That's
somewhat.
awesome. Well, back to the hitting. Like I was 0 for 4 with 3 strikeouts.
Just whiffed. Whiffed it.
Like I can't. Watching softball games or baseball games, it's like how they hit those balls. There's just it is beyond my comprehension.
So I'm also a lefty. So back in kindergarten, I'd throw with my left hand and all that. So they were trying to have me hit left and I just couldn't do it. So they turned me around. So I'm actually a right-handed hitter. And then the ball just went. So
That's crazy.
Mhm.
If people ask me, oh, do you want to play soft? No, there's no way. I would be so bad at it. And I would get injured probably.
Yeah, that's
And
100% what you would do.
And I was probably in my mid 20s.
You would get injured. This is how you would get injured. You would try to slide into home base, but you would like totally mistime it and you'd end up like not getting to home base and also blowing out a knee or something. That's what you would do.
I don't think I know how to slide into a base.
I know,
I
but
don't think I would-
adrenaline can get you far. I have
Yes.
a feeling, right?
I think I'd be scared to slide.
Speaking of blowing out a
Mm-hmm.
knee, so blew out my knee playing this slow pitch softball.
Mm-hmm.
And my cleat got stuck in a really bad field, like the dirt,
Mhm.
and totally destroyed the ACL. So
Womp womp.
yeah. So
Um,
it
uh,
does happen.
Completely unrelated and back to tap dancing because I was on my I was searching to try to
Oh,
find the
boy.
video while I was also listening, and I had posted about that I was going to be tap dancing, and one of our friends Norm was like, we as in you and Jeff, and I said 15 years ago, Jeff, he makes fun of me for tapping. So here it is, 15 years ago, you were not supportive. Clearly you made fun of me. So
I mean, it is kind of funny.
So you went to the show
Right.
for support.
Right, Harrison?
Yeah,
for
so-
Kind of
support.
funny.
just so you know, just,
If you
just
watch
set the record
if
straight.
you watch the video, you would probably laugh at it.
Shut up.
I don't know. I'm just not a. But no,
Our brother-in-law Donnie was impressed. He said, "You're performing at the fair?" Question mark.
well, that's because it's the Iowa State Fair.
Yeah.
It's kind of a big thing.
okay. Sorry, I'm enough about me. But I had to set the record straight since you tried to say you were a supportive husband. You were not, clearly.
Well,
Let the
well.
records be noted.
Yep.
Let the records be noted.
Set that record
Well,
straight.
why don't we go to break, and then this next thing will be a little bit longer because we're going to get into some sports stuff with these guys. So
Mhm.
stay with us. 92.7 The Ticket, Fitness Fanatics.
Why are some people more successful? Is it talent and determination, or did they recognize an opportunity? Discover a career that lets you help families reach their financial goals as you build lasting professional relationships. One with unlimited income potential. From Modern Woodman, a leading fraternal financial services provider.
I'm Modern Woodman Regional Director Sean Erickson. Call me at 402-483-6515 to learn about career opportunities.
Modern Woodman of America. Touching lives, securing futures.
Midwest Bank is proud to be your local community bank right here in Lincoln. This is Travis with Midwest Bank, now with 2 branches conveniently serving Lincoln and 8 other locations across Nebraska. We're here to help you with any of your needs. From opening a checking account to buying a home or financing your business, our staff is here for you. Stop in and you might see Shin Daddy himself. Your community, your bank, Midwest Bank. Learn more at midwest.bank, member FDIC.
Hello.
Angela, we have to break up.
But why?
Because you're a robot and I'm just a guy trying to get better internet.
It's Aloe Fiber, isn't it? I always knew you wanted faster speeds. My contract isn't good enough for you.
Face it, Angela, they let me talk to real people.
Press 4 to break my heart. Oh wait, you already did.
Visit aloefiber.com to switch today.
If you're sick of catering from the same places every month, it's time to switch things up. Mulberry Barbecue is perfect for business lunches and dinners, family gatherings, holiday parties, wedding receptions, rehearsal dinners, and so much more. Delivery and full service options are available, and they can cater for anything from 10 people to 500 people. Call them at 402-937-7114 to hear their menu options and get your catering booked today. Mulberry Barbecue, located at 11th and Cornhusker Highway.
Ever wish you had another light switch on the other side of the room on a dark night? How much better would you sleep at night if you had a ceiling fan in your room? The High Electric Service Department is here to make your electrical what-ifs a reality. Whether you're looking to replace some outdated light fixtures or brighten up your counters with under-cabinet lighting, High Electric can handle all types of residential electrical installations and services. Give Erica a call at 402-466-6606 or visit high-electric.com to get started.
Automotive Solutions is Lincoln's one-stop shop for all your vehicle needs, from vinyl wraps to engine repair and maintenance. Automotive Solution offers fleet services as well as printing and graphic design for vinyl applications, plus installation of vinyl for boats, trucks, cars, and anything else you want wrapped. Perfection is their standard, and they never settle for less. Call today at 531-249-5600 or go to automotivesolutionslincoln.com to learn more. That's Automotive Solutions, 2040 Southwest 5th Street in Lincoln.
Are you a skilled mechanic looking for your next big opportunity? Constructors is hiring. We're looking for experienced mechanics to join our family-owned team. We offer competitive wages, great benefits, brand new service trucks, OEM-level diagnostic software, and career growth opportunities. Positions include lead and A-level mechanics for our shop and multiple field technicians. If you're driven and ready to grow with a company that's been around since 1908, apply today at constructorslincoln.com. Salt Mine City is now open at 8th and R in the Haymarket. Come check out Lincoln's newest brewery with 12 beers on tap, including the popular Single Axle Light American Lager, Brick Street Amber Wheat, and so many more. There's daily drink specials like $1 off Moscow Mules on Tuesdays, $6 IPAs on Fridays, and $6 Bloody Marys on Saturdays. Stop by Tuesday through Thursday from 4 to 9 p.m., Fridays 4 to 11 p.m., Saturdays 11 a.m. to 11 p.m., and Sundays from noon to 8 p.m. It's Salt Mine City, Lincoln's newest brewery at 8th and R.
An hour ago, you didn't need a plumber. Now you're in a panic. When life throws you a surprise with a clogged drain, plugged or leaky toilet, broken pipe, leaky faucet or water heater, or a bathroom or kitchen plumbing upgrade, whatever. Just call Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing. 467-1111. Keep that number handy, 467-1111. Or go to BryantLincoln.com. Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing. We do whatever it takes.
Automotive Solutions is Lincoln's one-stop shop for all your vehicle needs, from vinyl wraps to engine repair and maintenance. Automotive Solution offers fleet services as well as printing and graphic design for vinyl applications, plus installation of vinyl for boats, trucks, cars, and anything else you want wrapped. Perfection is their standard, and they never settle for less. Call today at 531-249-5600 or go to automotivesolutionslincoln.com to learn more. That's Automotive Solutions, 2040 Southwest 5th Street in Lincoln. 93.7 The Ticket is proud to provide listeners with daily opportunities to win contests and prizes on our airwaves, and would like to take this opportunity to remind you of a couple rules. All participants must be 21 or older and must wait 30 days after winning a prize before participating in another contest. Once you win, you have 30 days to pick up your prize at the K&TK Studios, 1040 O Street in Lincoln, or your prize will be forfeit. Thank you for participating in our contest, and thank you for listening to 93.7 The Ticket.
Now back to Fitness Fanatics on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome back into the Fitness Fanatics. We are joined in studio by Bruce and Lindsay Schlode. Lindsay is an instructor at Farrell's, which we'll get to some Farrell's talk here at the top of the hour. Bruce is her husband who's along for the ride. No, I'm just kidding.
You did have me coach last quarter and help.
I know
That
you
is
did.
true.
It was- yeah,
Yes.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Glorified cheerleader role, but I mean, I got
Yeah.
the coach. So
That is coaching. Yes.
All right, so usually we talk NFL this segment, but like I told you guys during break, I don't really care how you became Packers
If you
fans.
can't watch, if you're not watching on a streaming platform, they're both decked out in their Packers gear. They
Now
did
who-
not feel bad about bullying the Bears fans.
Who's number 33?
33 is Aaron Jones, and I know he's a Viking now.
I would never.
Oh,
There's-
you'd be
there's a
lighting it
reason
on
for
fire
this.
like the LeBron in Cleveland.
But see, there's a reason for this because some of the people I work with are Vikings fans, and I love rubbing it in that one of your best players this year, once again, is a former Packer. Just
Once
like
again?
when Favre got them to the playoffs, I'm like, hey, you guys only get there because you're feeding off of what we gave up again.
No,
Mhm.
So
All
Dead
right.
to me.
So so they're both Packers fans,
Mhm.
and I really have nothing else to say about the subject.
I
Um,
have liked them since middle school, which was like the late 90s.
Yes, we
So,
did find out
yes.
that Lindsay is a legit Packers
She was
fan.
the OG of the
Yep.
family.
And Bruce he's fair weather. He jumped on board, married into it. So we did find that out about them. So
Okay.
on. So Bruce,
You can join too if you want.
no, I'm not.
Okay.
You are a Notre Dame fan.
I am.
One of the very few Notre Dame fans that I know.
Who else do you know?
When I was in high school, there was Notre Dame fans,
Yeah,
and it was
but you're
obnoxious.
not friends with them.
No,
anymore.
no.
So,
So
the
I really,
only person you know.
I think you're the only person I know.
Yeah.
Who likes Notre Dame.
Mhm.
How did you, growing up in small town Nebraska?
Practically South Dakota.
Yeah, practically South Dakota. How did you become a Notre Dame fan?
Okay, so here's the thing. First off, thanks to my mother, I was a Joe Montana fan. Loved the 49ers growing up. Actually followed them until Steve got the concussion, and that was the end of that. And then I was homeless as far as teams go for a lot of years.
You were in the fan portal.
I was.
as DP calls it. You jumped in the
was.
portal.
That's a good term.
Harrison
That's
and
a
I
good
are
term
we're
for
about
it.
ready to jump into the fan portal if this coaching hire
never.
doesn't.
I signed here, and I plan to end my career here.
Okay.
Good
All right.
job.
Okay.
Fair enough.
So anyway,
But why the Irish? They were always on TV, so I
They
got
were.
to see them. I got familiar with them. I found out Joe went there for college. And then, Nicole, Jeff, you two are going to be shocked by this, I know. So fair warning. I don't do anything people tell me to do. And when you grow up in Nebraska, everybody says you have to be a Husker fan. You have to. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it.
that's true.
I'm like, nope, don't think so. So, hey, I think I'll be an Irish fan. I watched the games. They were fun. Like I said, even when they had a bad year, there were still those fun little moments, and they draft well. So you knew the players, you could follow them when they got to the NFL as well. Still can. So,
What?
DP?
1966.
Notre Dame
See?
fan since 1966.
Wow,
DP?
DP's a Notre Dame fan.
Had to
I knew I
put
liked
his
that
2
guy.
cents in
I knew I liked him.
via whiteboard.
Now I like him more. Thanks, DP.
If you're wondering, that odd silence is because DP was whiteboarding a message to the studio.
In my
Yeah.
my old eyes, I couldn't read the best whiteboard, so I had to flag Harrison to look at it.
And I don't multitask well either, clearly. So
I wish I didn't turn around.
Good to
know, good to know.
but no, I'm like, win, lose, or draw. I said I became a fan. I'm sticking with them and love them to death. And this year, Jeff, you and I have had conversations. I said this is the most fun and the most progress showing team I think I have seen in years, but they're just fun even on a bad year. It's a lot of fun, and blue and gold are good colors to wear too. So
And you don't have to deal with conference drama like we all have to.
no, we
Which is
just get
kinda
told
nice.
that we should join a conference.
You should
and,
get in the
Yeah.
Big Ten already.
take that up with Michigan. We'll talk about that in the break.
So you got some hatred rivalries, like
There's
We
still
do.
rivalries.
We do.
Yeah.
We do.
no, like growing
Which
up.
made that Boston College matchup a nice little matchup too, right? Wasn't there drama in the 90s with Notre Dame and Boston College?
They've always been
Yeah.
a rivalry.
Oh, just that the fact
but-
that Boston College beat them in
Mhm.
1993 on
Right.
a last second 47 8-yard field goal to knock Notre Dame out of the national championship game. Yeah, I remember
I
that.
remember hearing
Uh-huh.
stories about that.
Yeah.
However, though, Nebraska should have been playing Notre Dame
That's
for the
why I
national
know the
championship
story.
versus Florida State, since Notre Dame beat them head to head on the field.
Mhm. Yeah.
But we all needed Bobby Bowden to win his first national championship ever, which is why we got screwed in the Orange Bowl also. But that's a show topic for another
That's
day.
why I know the story. I knew there was a Husker tie-in because I've
Yeah.
heard that story many times as a teenager.
But growing up, like as a kid, like, I just talked about being helmet guys. Like, I remember Notre Dame, Michigan was just in the late 80s, 90s was like, those are my like two favorite fight songs. And it was just like, oh, this is great. And I remember just, as a kid watching as much football as I did, like knowing kind of everything that's going on. But yeah, it was just awesome. So when that fight song comes on, and you have the movie Rudy,
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
which I have a very strong tie to that movie because we watched it in
Band.
and
In
I
high
was
school.
in high school, and this was my a junior year or something like that.
Just before I knew you, that we did not go to the same high school. I will just put that out there again. 'Cause we never would have dated if we'd gone to the same
Probably
high
not.
school. No.
So when at the end, when Rudy's getting ready to, because I went out for football, right? So this is how I got bullied.
And you were the lone
Me-
Husker fan, obnoxious.
I
Husker
got
fan.
bullied in school. Now this is bullying, right? We're watching the show Rudy, and as the crowd at Notre Dame Stadium's chanting, "Rudy, Rudy," right? In the band room, people start chanting, "Sing, sing," like making fun of me because I never played. I was like, I just never played.
You're on
varsity.
the team, but never played. Never.
Now, is that not bullying or what? I mean, you talk about
So
just
many
pretty
things
funny.
make sense.
That's
Is
your
that
calling.
terrible?
That's your calling, buddy. You go out there just like the movie
Man.
and make a statement play.
Oh my gosh, that's tough.
Have you ever been to the
Have you ever been-
campus?
I have not, but we're actually going to change that this year. My little brother-in-law Patrick and I are going to go out and hopefully either see the Boise State game or the Texas A&M game this year. So
Ooh, that'd be fun.
Well,
Yep.
Nicole and I have been there. I think I've sent you these pictures, or if I haven't,
the
I'm
bones
going-
in front of
Okay.
Touchdown Jesus.
Oh,
yes,
yes.
So
I'm familiar, Jeff.
Yeah.
we didn't go to a game, but we toured
The campus.
the campus. We couldn't go in the stadium. Most stadiums aren't like Nebraska, where Nebraska has that one gate you can go in and just see the entire stadium.
Mhm.
Most
Anytime,
stadiums are
mostly.
just closed up, so we could just see a little bit through a gate here and there.
So this the cathedral was still intact. I know it's rebuilt now, but was this
This was only a couple years ago. We were on a
Was
road
it
trip.
2021.
Yeah.
it
We were-
burned down then? I can't remember when that burned down.
You're thinking of
You're
Harrison,
talking about Notre Dame?
You're,
No, no.
You're,
Oh, I'm thinking North Carolina. Chapel.
No.
You're
No.
you're thinking of a cathedral in Europe.
You're thinking of the Notre Dame.
The actual Notre Dame.
Actual Notre Dame.
Oh, I thought there was an actual fire in Notre Dame as well.
No.
So there, it's a Catholic school. I
History
thought
is
they
The
had
Notre
a
Dame
church.
Cathedral.
Oh,
Yeah. No,
that
no,
clears
no.
so much up for me.
Yeah.
I've been thinking there was
In
a
Europe somewhere.
dramatic fire in Notre Dame campus for years.
It was probably like finals for you in college when it happened. Your brain was fried.
Well, I'm
we'll
glad
just
I
give
got
you
that
that.
cleared up.
Yeah.
Remember, it was live on air. But
There's no
Yeah,
fire.
it's
cleared
okay.
up now.
No, there's no
The
fire.
part of Jeff will be played by Harrison
All
for
right,
a
go
moment.
ahead. Go ahead.
So we toured we were walking around campus, and I have a picture of me throwing the bones in front of Touchdown Jesus.
Which we had to do really fast because they had recruits.
Yes, they had
They
all
had-
these. Yes, they were doing recruiting visits, and I'm there wearing this big red end shirt,
Nice way to make
walking
your pitch.
around.
I know.
It was pretty funny.
But you could tell they had recruits on campus. They were like shuttling them around.
Yeah,
and
they were-
stuff.
they
so we're
were-
like, oh, let's do it fast.
When they
Yeah,
saw
so-
Jeff in the red, they're like, man, Nebraska fans.
Once I did,
It is fun to
It was really cool because
Yeah.
you see that it's like one of those things you see on TV all the time, right? For years and years of your life.
It's a giant mural
Yes.
on a building.
Yeah. So when you're there, it was really cool. So after I did that, we went into the church and I did some holy water stuff.
You did not.
I did.
But we did go into
we took
it.
I did a little.
I
this.
did not.
You did the sign of the
Just
cross.
because
Well, I had to be. I mean, I just kind of mocked.
Atone for
I
your-
just kind of mocked touchdown Jesus, right?
Cover your bases.
So then I was
Mhm.
asking for forgiveness.
Okay.
I did not. I feel like that's religious appropriation if we would have done
well,
that.
But it was
okay.
really cool.
I
It was
don't
really
remember
cool.
you
So
doing
you
that.
guys will. And there's this restaurant that we ate at, like a little sports bar, kind of not very far from the campus. That was.
I thought it was on the campus. Oh no,
It was.
I
It
know
was
what you're
kind
talking
of close.
about. No, I know. Yeah.
But they had the best cheese curds we have ever had to
You
this
were
day.
just talking about them like
I
2
was.
weeks ago.
I was 4 years later. So good. I don't remember what the name of the restaurant was, but I'm sure we can find it. But it was
Mhm.
just a sports bar there, and we were there in like June,
Mhm.
so it was over the summer. But so it was pretty cool. So I'm excited for you.
Yeah.
Here too.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
It's looking forward to it. It's probably a once in a lifetime trip, maybe twice. We'll see. But I'm looking forward to seeing this team. And like I said, seeing Marcus Freeman coach up close and personal. Love the guy. So
Well, man, he might be the coach of the Bears next year.
no, probably not.
I'd like it. He's a great coach.
Freeman has
Oh, here we
standards,
go.
dude. Freeman has standards.
Be careful what you say on air because sometimes it comes back to bite you, and Jeff will pull it up the
Get some
footage.
clips.
I know.
You never know.
I'm trying not to give him too much, but we got to feed him a little bit, Nicole. Come
He
on.
was ready to go through the archives and find the Arizona State props you were giving them during that Texas game.
I was about ready to make a clip and send it to DP for my audition tape of saying Arizona State could beat Texas.
I haven't been able to like challenge DP on anything.
But they
since
lost.
Commanders game.
I know.
Just kind of went out with a whimper on that one. I was like, I'm good.
All right. Well, that was a fun segment. We're going to go
Yes.
to break. And then when we get back, we will start talking about 2024 for these two and their awesome transformations. So stay with us on 93.7 The Ticket, the Fitness Fanatics.
Herrick Services takes this time to wish everyone a happy new year. They are thankful for many things from 2023 and hope that 2024 brings prosperity for you and starts off well for everyone in your life. This important message comes to you from Bart and the folks at Herrick Services, your vending specialists here in Lincoln. Their quality service and expertise has earned them a fine reputation. That's Herrick Services, on the air because they care.
Why are some people more successful? Is it talent and determination, or did they recognize an opportunity? Discover a career that lets you help families reach their financial goals as you build lasting professional relationships. One with unlimited income potential. From Modern Woodman, a leading fraternal financial services provider.
I'm Modern Woodman Regional Director Sean Erickson. Call me at 402-483-6515 to learn about career opportunities.
Modern Woodman of America. Touching lives, securing futures.
Let's talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet, KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
The dangers of secondhand smoke are well known. But what about secondhand aerosol, which is created when using e-cigarettes? Science already shows a secondhand aerosol can contain nicotine, heavy metals, and cancer-causing agents. Eliminating exposure to secondhand aerosol is an important step to keeping everyone safe. Breathe easier knowing the facts.
For help quitting, call the Nebraska Tobacco Quit Line, 1-800-QUIT-NOW, 1-800-784-8669. Paid for by Tobacco Free Nebraska. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Early break.
I need to know what the definition of a chandelier
Chandelier?
is. Yeah. That's the same too?
I think so.
When I think chandelier, I think like an old-timey big light that's fancy, that's bedazzled, basically. It's got fancy looking...
Yeah.
It's not jewelry, but it's got fancy elements
No,
to it.
I know what you mean.
That's a regular nice light
hanging from the field.
Right.
Early break from 6 to 8 every weekday morning on 93.7 The Ticket.
At Action Plumbing, Heating, AC, and Electrical, we're ready, reliable, and recommended. Water heater acting up or your sump pump on the fritz? Call Action. Summer's around the corner. Is your AC working? Are you sure? Call Action. Electrical problems? I'm telling you, call Action. Call Action for a free same-day estimate or a trusted second opinion. You heard that right, a free same-day estimate. 402-423-6960.
actionlincoln.com.
Salt Mine City is now open at 8th and R in the Haymarket. Come check out Lincoln's newest brewery with 12 beers on tap, including the popular Single Axle Light American Lager, Brick Street Amber Wheat, and so many more. There's daily drink specials like $1 off Moscow Mules on Tuesdays, $6 IPAs on Fridays, and $6 Bloody Marys on Saturdays. Stop by Tuesday through Thursday from 4 to 9 p.m., Fridays 4 to 11 p.m., Saturdays 11 a.m. to 11 p.m., and Sundays from noon to 8 p.m. It's Salt Mine City, Lincoln's newest brewery at 8th and R.
Ticket listeners know a dream team when they see one. At Applied Connective, we've been in the game for 20 years and have developed a team of world-class leaders in all things IT. From cybersecurity and Microsoft products to physical security, audio-video, infrastructure, business phone systems, and anything in between. We'll help you leverage technology to become your most secure, efficient, and profitable. Head to our website to check out real reviews and testimonials and sign up for a free tech consultation. We can show you where you might be vulnerable, inefficient, or overspending. It's a game changer, and it's totally free. Claim yours right now at appliedconnective.com.
Hey there, fellas. It's your girl Jordan with Sartor Heyman Jewelry. Allow me to get a bit sappy. For women, jewelry isn't just a gift. It's a timeless symbol of love and appreciation. You have to get this right. No fleeting trends or gadgets will make the impact. Every time she wears it, every time she gets a compliment, you win. Trust me, guys. You'll get your money worth. Until next time, this is Jordan at Sartor Heyman Jewelry. Happy shopping, guys.
Advanced Medical Imaging is the largest radiology group in Nebraska, located in Lincoln at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard. At Advanced Medical Imaging, they utilize state-of-the-art technology and blend it together with their compassionate, skilled team to guide you through every step. Whether it's an MRI, CT scan, or X-ray, their precise diagnostics help your doctor deliver the best care plan for you. Choose clarity and comfort in your life by choosing Advanced Medical Imaging, located at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard and online at amimaging.com.
Welcome into Fitness Fanatics on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Now here are your hosts, Jeff and Nicole Essig.
All right, welcome back in. Hour number 2, Fitness Fanatics. Hour number 2 is sponsored by Modern Woodmen of America. Founded in 1883, Modern Woodmen offers financial services and member benefits to individuals and families throughout the U.S. For more information, call Sean Erickson at 402-483-6515. Modern Woodmen of America, touching lives, securing futures. So big shout out to Sean and the crew over at Modern Woodmen. We appreciate everything they do for our show here on Sunday mornings. All right, guys, let's get into the 2024 transformations of YouTube, because I think it's an awesome, awesome story. So, Lindsay, let's start with you, because you've been at Farrell's for how many years now?
So my original 10 weeks was August of 2015.
Okay, so we're going on year 9.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, awesome.
Yep. Became an instructor the following year, and my first one was November 1st, 2016 was my first class I instructed. So yeah, kind of been full circle with Farrell's. Had good results my 10 weeks, had even better results the months following that. Saw a number I hadn't seen in a long time. And then, kept it off for years. We got married, had a child, and then I couldn't do anything to help. So, last year about this time, the Amazing Race Challenge came up for members and sounded fun. We loved the show and kind of just went with it. And we had good results. We placed 3rd in that challenge, and kind of just we didn't really yes, we changed things. But we didn't change our lives. And so we just kind of kept with that and saw more results and more challenges that were fun. And we can get into those more too. But overall that's
you kind of kept setting a goal, hitting the goal, setting a new goal, hitting a goal, basically. I mean, over the year, which is good.
And being successful, helped keep that running.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So we talk about our 10-week challenge a lot, and we talk about fit challenges too. But so we have our 10-week challenge. That's usually the intro for people to come into Farrell's. That's when you do your before and after picture. We give away the $1,000. But throughout the year for our maintenance members, we do what's called fit challenges. And that's just to keep everyone engaged. And they're a little more fun oriented. There's extras involved, stuff like that. So that's what Lindsay's talking about. January of last year, we did a big Amazing Race challenge, which had like detours and roadblocks and extras that everyone had to do. And it was usually it's some type of a body composition change is how we determine the winners.
Right.
So you were one of the top 3 teams
Mhm.
for that challenge. And so everyone who pays into that challenge, that basically goes back to the winners. That's how fit challenges work. So we're going to talk about those. That's a big part of your year. So
Yes.
yeah.
So prior to January, like Bruce, were you doing any other? I mean, what were you doing? Any of the Farrell's classes? What were you doing prior to January? Because I don't remember you being very involved in Farrell's prior to that particular challenge.
I was kind of grandfathered in as a virtual member, so
Mhm.
I would, we have weights and we have the bands and stuff at home, and so I will do it. Just wake up and do the classes there. Mostly was doing the cardio, the kickboxing classes, and I enjoyed them. But I don't think I was consistent enough to where I was actually getting results. It was more just to be able to say I was doing something,
Which is fine.
and
Like
I've-
you're getting healthier.
Sure. And I mean, I've always been a big workout equipment person. We have an elliptical. I was like, I'm doing that. I'm burning all these calories, but wasn't consistent with it either. And it's one part of a process. We weren't actually doing the whole process, and I'm guessing that's probably part of what was holding me back. But yeah, when she came home in January and said, "Hey, let's go do the Amazing Race Challenge," I'm like, "Okay, why not? I'm all in. You need a partner, and I'll at least give it a shot." And from there, we had a good 8 weeks and just stuck with it. So
And fun fact, Bruce has never done an in-gym workout.
Never.
He only
He's-
does virtual.
Yes. Yes. So if you're like, oh, I don't know if I could do it at home.
And you guys live like minutes, not very far from the gym.
Well, and the
Yeah.
reason it works for you guys because
Yeah.
with your work schedules, like
And having a little one at home.
yes, yep,
Mhm.
having Whitley at home, you there's just not time for both of you to take the hour 15 minutes to get to the gym and with her. So that's why she's usually always in the gym and Bruce is always at home.
Yep.
well, and I think both of us, at least motivation wise, our best time of day to do a class is going to be that first thing in the morning. We
Yeah.
get home from work and it's like, do I want to do it now? No, not a chance.
Well, and you have your little one that
Yeah.
needs the attention.
Right.
or
care.
should get the
Right.
attention.
Right.
Yes.
And she does.
Yes.
She does.
Yes.
Rude. Yeah.
So like the main thing I want to know is like kind of what because Lindsay, you've been around for a long time, and Bruce, you haven't really been doing Farrell's for a long time, but you've been with Lindsay. Like what sparked the change? Because sometimes we always want to change, like because you
And
had
you
said
didn't
after
do anything new. Like you just started doing the things that you knew to do, right?
Right. Like we didn't go buy a bunch of stuff. Like we didn't change our lives to
You
do
just
this.
did. I mean, because you still followed you macro tracking and the Farrell's stuff and stuff like
Right.
that. Like you've always known how to do it.
Oh yeah, but
that's
didn't do it consistently.
Right.
With the challenge, the Amazing Race, we wanted to give it our all. We're habitual. What should I pick up on the way home and
Mhm.
all of that stuff. And so we just kind of stopped that. We cooked at home a lot. Our portion controls were way out of control, and now they're normal again. And like we would go out and we'd order like almost 2 meals for both of us, and now I get a kid's meal half the time.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
so there's that, and just cooking at home helped a ton.
Yes.
Having that plan of, okay, we have this, this, and this. We'll have this Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and we have leftovers, or we can figure out later on in the week at the beginning and just kind of see how everything lays out. And but that eating out, cutting that out helped tremendously. I'm a teacher, so I take the same thing to school for lunch every day, and he packs a lunch too, and so that helps. And those were the huge changes. I added in a protein shake in the mornings with my protein pancakes that I
Mhm.
love, and so that helped too. I don't snack during the day, so just having those little changes.
Right.
That like we didn't go through our cupboards and throw things away. And like we've had a package of Oreos sitting on our counter since Christmas because we decorated them with Whitley, but we haven't gone back into them. They're still sitting there. So
That's some good willpower.
yeah.
Because usually if there's Oreos in our house, it's I'll have one or two, and then it turns into a sleeve. Then,
I
like,
have
20
none,
minutes.
or I will eat a whole sleeve.
Yep.
I make the conscious decision, or I have none. I have to be all or nothing. But so that first challenge, that January challenge, that was 8 weeks. What were your results during that time? Do you remember?
I think I lost 10 pounds.
And I was right about 10, 11 pounds as well.
But we both had perfect attendance. We both completed all the extras. We did all of that. It was that in between time between the Amazing Race Challenge and the Mario Kart Challenge where we kind of just kept it going. And that's where I'm like, oh, these pants are too big now. So it's like that's when I started noticing more of the challenge or the changes. Was in that in between time between the two challenges.
Which is important because a lot of people, when you start a workout program like Farrell's or anything that's a set amount of time, it is really important that you keep that momentum going because a lot of times people don't do that. And then they do really good for that amount of time. Or you're a runner and you train for a half marathon and you do everything you're supposed to do during that half marathon. And then the half marathon's over and you go back to your bad habits. And then 5 weeks later, you're just like, well, I don't understand what's happened. Well, you stopped doing what was working. Like,
well, and Angela,
obviously that's going to happen.
Angela goes to 6 a.m. She was just telling me how like she had Nicole take her. She's doing the national challenge, and she had Nicole take another picture of her, and she was just looking at it, and she was like, and it maybe been like 5 or 6 weeks after her 10-week challenge is over, and she was like thinking, wow, the difference between my week 10 to my week 15 is bigger than my week 1 to week 10. She just couldn't believe the difference because she kept it going.
Momentum.
Yes, which is kind of our theme for 2025 at the gym.
Right.
Is momentum. And what I also like about what you guys have done over the years is we talk a lot on the show about quick fixes. Right? Something that's going to get you immediate results, but it's not sustainable. So I think, Lindsay, over the year, you lost 50 pounds,
50
right?
pounds, yep.
And Bruce, you lost 40, which is a nice, healthy way to do things.
Yeah.
And it's sustainable where you said you're not starving yourself or you still can eat some of your favorite foods and you haven't really gone extreme one way. Because when we go extreme one way, then we will eventually go extreme back to the opposite. Right. So yeah, just kind of talk about that and not the quick fix type over the last year.
Because there have been times that I've had to talk Bruce off of a ledge.
What?
A couple times.
No.
It's not all sunshine and rainbows.
It wasn't a big ledge. It was like I could jump off of it. It was fine.
It's a steep stair.
We have conversations every so often. And to elaborate, it's, hey, my results changed for 6 weeks in a row. I was great. Or then nothing. Or I weighed in, I don't remember if that was August, and we were talking about it, that my muscle mass had finally started to drop off because I kept my muscle weight and my percentage like even for the first half of the year.
Which is really hard to do when you're losing weight, is to maintain muscle. Like at Farrell's, we try to promote muscle gain, but you can only do that to a certain extent. You're only going to gain muscle for so long unless you're specifically working out and eating in a surplus to actually gain weight. Or gain muscle. So as you start to lose weight and you become a smaller version of yourself, you just don't need as much muscle to carry yourself around because you're 15, 20 pounds lighter. That's be like carrying around a 20-pound dumbbell, every day for years. And then you put that down, your body's like, ooh, okay, like I don't need this much muscle to carry me around. So you're gonna lose some muscle mass as you're losing weight, which is what's great about what you guys have done because you measured it all year long with those in-body scans where you could see your muscle mass changing, your body fat mass changing. And then I could point those things out to you.
And mine was kind of the opposite of that. I lost some muscle mass early on.
That's because
then
you were
Yeah.
exercising way more consistently.
Yes.
So that makes sense. Yeah.
But now that has kind of, been maintained for the last since the middle Mario Kart one.
Mhm.
And I had the greatest body fat percentage change in this Break the Norm. I think it was 3.5% in that 8 weeks or
Mhm.
10 weeks. And I've never had a drop like that. But so late in the year, like everything adjusted and figured it out. and
Yeah, it's not if you hadn't done everything you did up until that point when we started that challenge in October, you wouldn't have seen those results. If you would have just frittered away the year and
Mhm.
started in October at your January starting weight, it would have been impossible for you to
Right.
get those results just
Mhm.
because you didn't have the time to see those changes. So I think that's what's important for people to understand is it's not going to happen overnight. Like that first 8 weeks, you lost 10 pounds. That's really good. But most people would be frustrated by
Right.
that.
And we've seen when people do get frustrated.
And then they
because
go
of that.
back to all their bad habits. I'm like, well, what do you think is going to happen now? Like you lost 10 pounds and you got mad. And so then you just went back to your old bad habits. And then you gained that weight again in 4 weeks where it took you 8 weeks to lose it, which that's what happens.
That's just because we get inundated. Like I talk a lot about how we're in a Biggest Loser society, right? Now the Biggest Loser's not on anymore. And we were huge fans of the Biggest Loser.
I loved
like
that
it was
show. I loved it.
It was must watch
Mhm.
for us. And
Sometimes while we ate ice cream.
Yep. Ice cream right here. Just, oh, look at these people changing their lives, right? Just choo choo. But why I like to watch it is one was I like to listen to the trainers talk about the emotional part of it, which is good because that helped me being able to talk to our members about that. And then two, I'd always like to watch to see what workouts they're doing. Like on the last chance their workouts. I'm like, ooh, maybe I could do that at Farrell's, so I take some of the stuff that they would do and then bring it into my classes. But yeah, we've all kind of known, like now looking back, as
it was problematic.
Yeah, because we're in the Biggest Loser society, but I like try to tell people is that those people on the Biggest Loser worked out 6 hours a day, which is you can't do that when you have a real life. We have to cook our own foods. We don't have our private massage therapist.
All these recoveries, and you're
Yes.
surrounded by work and family and everything else.
Yes. So like that's what we get inundated with, and even stuff that's out there's now for diets and this and that and lose this and that in 5 weeks. I mean, it's good in the moment, but it doesn't really change what needs to be changed, which is all right here.
Well, and a lot of that isn't just take this and sit there. Like you have to do something too. You have to
Yes.
move. You have to still fuel your body. And we just changed what we were fueling it with. And
Weird.
It's weird and it works, right?
We have more energy. We sleep better. Like all that stuff.
Like talking about sleeping better. So
Ugh,
Nicole and I
so annoyed.
and Katie, and we've
By
done this
what you're
in the
gonna
past.
talk about right now.
So
Yeah.
we're doing the Whole30
Mhm.
right now. So it's kind of just a reset, nutrition reset, which I've always thought like, wow, this is the healthiest way you can possibly eat. I mean, you're just eating whole foods and fruits and vegetables.
It's an elimination diet, but it's only designed for 30 days.
Yeah.
Like it's not sustainable.
You're eating like our great grandparents ate.
Yeah, when we
Right?
talk about what you can't eat on Whole30, you can't have dairy, you can't have grains, you can't have processed foods,
Sugar.
no sugar.
Yep.
Like, and then
So-
everyone's like, well, what do you eat? Like,
Well, we eat
fruits
steak
and
we eat-
vegetables and
chicken
protein.
and turkey and
Yeah.
fish and
Yeah.
fruits and vegetables and potatoes, like stuff
That's why
that
it's called
are
Whole30. It's
yeah,
whole foods.
Yeah, stuff that our ancestors lived on. And
Yeah.
our ancestors were not overweight, right? They were
And talking about eating from home, like
Yeah.
there's very few places you can go to have a Whole30 meal. So we've cooked everything at home for the past week.
Which
it's
is
only
in-
been a week. We started last week.
It's been a week in which you guys know
Feels like longer.
cooking everything at home means more dishes,
Mhm.
right? Like we've not had to do the dishes every single day this week. But you're talking about better sleep, which is so Nicole wears an Oura ring, so she's been tracking her sleep. So like I've just been asking her this week, like, what's your sleep score, your readiness, and so last night both of them were in the 90s.
So annoying.
So yeah, it's annoying how when you eat better
I know.
and you exercise, you feel better.
Yeah.
It's like an aha moment.
Well, and
It's only increased as the week has gone. Like it's brute. Sunday, my readiness score was 60. And within 1 week of cutting out processed foods and just eating whole foods, I'm in the 90s. And that's just my sleep recovery.
Yeah.
That's all that. I mean, so it is all connected. It's all connected.
All connected.
And we know that. We know that. So we still do it.
Yeah, we know
The
that.
difference
Yeah.
between us and other people is when we know we're not eating how we should be, we aren't railing against the sky. Why is this happening? We know why it's happening. We're not just, oh, I've tried everything, nothing works. Well, no, I'm not trying anything. I'm just eating whatever I want. So it's like that scene from Liar Liar when he's like, I'm getting what I deserve. I'm reaping what I sow. That's
Yes.
100% what that is.
That's 100%. What you gonna say? What were you gonna say?
I don't remember.
Well, that means it's a good spot to go to a break.
Yes.
So when we come back, Bruce, I want to talk to you about your why, because you have your reason why.
Yep.
Okay. So we'll stay right with us. We'll be right back. 93.7 The Ticket, the Fitness Fanatics.
When you were a kid, clubs were cool. Robotics club and space club and stuff like that. But what do adults get? Book clubs and quilting clubs? Nah, forget that. How about margarita clubs and old-fashioned clubs? Get to Upside Bar and Lounge for the best clubs in town. Try all 10 varieties of Upside margaritas or old fashions and take home a free souvenir glass. Grab the whole crew and pair it with taco night on Mondays or whiskey Wednesdays. Upside Bar and Lounge at 29th and Pine Lake.
Advanced Medical Imaging is the largest radiology group in Nebraska, located in Lincoln at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard. At Advanced Medical Imaging, they utilize state-of-the-art technology and blend it together with their compassionate, skilled team to guide you through every step. Whether it's an MRI, CT scan, or X-ray, their precise diagnostics help your doctor deliver the best care plan for you. Choose clarity and comfort in your life by choosing Advanced Medical Imaging, located at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard and online at amimaging.com.
Alexa, play 93.7 The Ticket.
Okay, playing 93.7 The Ticket.
Alexa, turn down the lights.
Dimming the lights.
Alexa, order a pizza. The big one. All the toppings.
Are you sure that's a good idea?
Alexa.
That's a lot of pizza for just one man.
Alexa, just do it. Stop judging me, just do it.
As you wish.
Thanks, Alexa. You're my best friend.
Automotive Solutions is Lincoln's one-stop shop for all your vehicle needs, from vinyl wraps to engine repair and maintenance. Automotive Solution offers fleet services as well as printing and graphic design for vinyl applications, plus installation of vinyl for boats, trucks, cars, and anything else you want wrapped. Perfection is their standard, and they never settle for less. Call today at 531-249-5600 or go to automotivesolutionslincoln.com to learn more. That's Automotive Solutions, 2040 Southwest 5th Street in Lincoln.
Midwest Bank is proud to be your local community bank right here in Lincoln. This is Abby with Midwest Bank. Stop by our new location at 70th and Pioneers. Our new full-service branch does it all. From our friendly staff to our easy online banking and mobile app, you get all the technology of a big bank that you need, but you still get the hometown customer service that you want. Your community, your bank. Midwest Bank. Learn more at midwest.bank. Member FDIC.
Hello.
Angela, we have to break up
But why?
because you're a robot and I'm just a guy trying to get better internet.
It's Aloe Fiber, isn't it? I always knew you wanted faster speeds. My contract isn't good enough for you.
Face it, Angela, they let me talk to real people.
Press 4 to break my heart. Oh wait, you already did.
Visit aloefiber.com to switch today.
Are you a skilled mechanic looking for your next big opportunity? Constructors is hiring. We're looking for experienced mechanics to join our family-owned team. We offer competitive wages, great benefits, brand new service trucks, OEM-level diagnostic software, and career growth opportunities. Positions include lead and A-level mechanics for our shop and multiple field technicians. If you're driven and ready to grow with a company that's been around since 1908, apply today at constructorslincoln.com.
Hi, my name is Molly Party. I'm a realtor with MP Dodge Real Estate.
I'm a newly licensed agent and considered numerous brokerages before deciding on MP Dodge. I chose the company that gives me the most support in my new career, plus guidance and encouragement along the way. MP Dodge has a unique mentoring program for new agents. It's helped jumpstart my career and has a supportive management team and administrative staff. So if you're contemplating a career in real estate, look no further than MP Dodge. It will be the best decision you make.
When you need a new water heater, nothing beats the ProLine family of water heaters from A.O. Smith. ProLine models are built using commercial-grade components, meaning they're built to help you tackle your toughest days. No matter if you need a gas or electric model, A.O. Smith has a ProLine unit for you. A.O. Smith, innovation has a name. Call Greens at 402-467-4444 for a great deal on a water heater today. Again, that's 402-467-4444. At Farm Bureau Financial Services, we strive to provide you with the right coverages for all your insurance needs by taking the time to meet with you and review what coverages best fit your needs. So whether you're in the market for home, auto, farm, business, life, or a combination of any of these coverages, we can help with making sure you, your family, or your business have the right coverage based on your individual needs. If you would like to review your insurance needs, please contact Ben Spurt with Farm Bureau Financial Services at 402-217-9945 or through email at ben.spurt@fbfs.com.
Now back to Fitness Fanatics on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome back into the Fitness Fanatics. I did just see a text. I forgot to read this, so I want to get to it.
Is this about sports? Are we hijacking the show?
Just for a second. I just
All
want
right.
to read the text because the texters are important to the show, so I don't want to leave anybody out. So
Okay.
Sebastian, if you're listening, he said that Rudy and his dad went to the same high school in Joliet, Illinois.
Oh, interesting.
Wonder if his dad is on the movie.
Probably not.
He's in a classroom.
His
or something.
likeness.
His likeness. Yeah, his
Right.
likeness.
It wouldn't really. It wasn't.
He might have
real.
to investigate that, like Arthur Spooner does.
You know that Sean Astin or whatever was not actually Rudy Rudiger.
He
you know
wasn't?
that, right?
He just played it.
Those were actors.
Okay. All right.
That is a fun fact, though. That is a very good, like, one unique thing about me, even though it's about his dad. But that's still a cool.
No, that's a unique thing. That's
100%. Fun fact.
All right. So, Bruce, let's talk about your why.
Okay.
Like, what is your, like, AD always says, you know, what's your reason? Strong reasons, weakened excuses. Or what's your why? Like, why last January were you like, okay, because Lindsay maybe
Or even throughout the year, like it
throughout the
becomes
year.
more of
Yes.
that why
Yes.
reveals itself as you're starting to have success.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So shout out to AD because if he's listening, you know, dude, I hate to say this and give you a bigger head, but he's absolutely right. He does need to know that this time. The why was huge. Last year, well, actually, will be 2 years ago. I had a week with Bell's palsy, and just it's not any big deal. It's just it's how you'll have to Google it.
Is that like a nerve thing?
It is. It's
okay.
kind of like not being able to move part of your face for a week or
Yeah.
10 days. And if you treat it, it's
Mhm.
short-term thing. But between that and just the impending, hey, you guys are turning 40, and all you ever hear about is things go downhill when you're 40. You can't fix things once you're 40. You just have to accept them. And I'm like, okay.
No one's going to tell me I
Right.
can't do stuff after 40.
Yep.
Right?
There we go.
Bruce?
There we go. Well, it's just you hear about it, and there's so much stigma and around everything. And I was, will be 2 years ago. I had palsy for a week, and I'm like, we're not doing this. So I started attempting to do the home and the virtual workouts, and I was doing them. I just there again wasn't getting the results yet. But January, when she came home with the challenge, I'm like, okay, you know what? This is me going all in. This will be, if I do this challenge with you, it's a chance to actually, fully invest in the program and us be accountable to each other for 8 weeks as well, which I think helped a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not just getting up, going downstairs, doing it, and then having a massive breakfast on the way to work because, hey, I rewarded myself. I worked out. Now I'm done for the day. Change the mindset there again, AD. But yeah, that was what really started it for me. I think that was part of the why was not wanting to be part of the stereotype, not wanting to see that happen. And we've had friends and family members too that it's like, okay, I don't we're too young for that. And we have Whitley, and she's 3 going on 13 depending on what day and what mood she's in. I'm like,
Hmm.
we want to be able to keep up with her.
Right. Right.
We like being active, all of that as well. We want to be able to do that. So there were a lot of different parts to the why, I guess, initially. Um, and then what really kept it going was just having those results get better during the year. I started a new job with Truck Center Companies with the Freightliner dealership here in Lincoln, and it's more strenuous, it's heavier lifting, it's a much more active pace. So I have kind of adapted the gym program and especially the strength training side of it to be conditioning for what I do at work as well and just keep off injuries and risks like that. So, I mean, my why has changed, but every step of it I feel like has been good motivation for me
Hmm.
and been important.
It reminds me of Mark Onweiler talking about, our national challenge winner, talking about how his motivation now that the national challenge is over and he won is to just not have to get ready, but just to be ready. Like be ready for anything that comes, which I think is important. And I think that's not the way people think usually,
Mhm.
especially like they want to get ready. And then once they're ready, then they again go back to the bad habits.
Like they want to get ready for a wedding.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Or whatever.
Yes.
But then you still have to, whatever you do to get those results, you have to keep doing them to keep the results.
Exactly.
So why not find something that you can balance into your life and do long term?
Right. Because going with nutrition, we were talking a little off air about, still eating pizza
Mhm.
and stuff. So I mean,
That's what I wanted to talk about.
Yeah,
Like
let's get into that.
what is the difference? Because I think nutrition is a mystery to a lot of people, but the actual like result or the work of it is not mysterious. It's actually very simple, but everyone always wants to know like what's the secret? There's no secret. So what is the difference between what did a typical day of eating look like before versus a typical day of eating now for either of you?
For me, it was, you know, breakfast in the work or breakfast before work, not necessarily working out in the morning once in a while,
What
couple
was breakfast? Like what did that look like?
honestly, probably something I could pick up on the way to work from like a gas station,
Mhm.
Casey's Pizza frequently, or something we had that was probably way more calories and than I needed to start my day with because I hadn't done anything up to that point other than waking up, taking a shower, getting ready for work.
Right.
So I would say my day was unbalanced, and lunch was the
Mhm.
same way. It was something that I could keep in the freezer, warm up. Once in a while, it was leftovers, but portion control was never really a concept. It was how hungry am I? I'm eating till I'm full.
Mhm.
I'm eating till the plate's empty.
Till the food is gone.
Right.
Yeah.
And then if it was a slow day at my old job, I mean, I never really got my activity level up there to justify what I was eating, if that makes sense.
Mhm.
I know that's not always the way we're supposed to think about it, but it's kind of how I
It's not the way you should think about it, but it is still true. Like two things can be true at the same time. Like calories in, calories out is how you lose and gain weight. That is true. But no, you don't have to earn your food, but
Right.
you still have to balance the input and the output.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. So
Mhm.
the balance definitely was not there. And just dinner would be in the evening would be the same way. We eat and we didn't always eat on time, which we've kind of started doing has helped as well. I mean, we would eat whenever it was ready, whenever we got done with whatever we were doing when we got home.
Whenever the line at the drive-through, you got
Yeah.
up to the window and they got your food,
Exactly.
even if it was
Exactly.
25 minutes in the
So a little
drive-through.
bit longer on
Exactly.
Temperature Tuesday at Runza.
Yeah.
A little bit
Cricket
longer
drive-thrus.
wait today.
Exactly.
Yeah. So what
But-
is it? So that is, I mean, you just described everybody's the
Pretty much.
standard
Sure.
diet.
Yep.
Like you're
Sure.
just going by the seat of your pants, basically. You're just
Right.
eating what's there. You're eating what sounds good at the time. No
Mhm.
thought process
Right.
involved. Nothing that you're thinking, okay. So for me, part of the reason why exercise is so important for me is because exercise being sore from a workout, being able to work out hard enough to be sore is my reminder that I need to be fueling my body with what I eat. So if I'm super sore from a leg day workout, I'm much less likely to make an unhealthy choice, because I know that my recovery is going to be dependent on if I get enough protein in, if I'm drinking enough water, stuff like that. So that's connected for me. It's not, if you don't exercise, that's not a connection that we make in our heads. So what does a typical day look like now, or a typical week for you guys? Usually it's the wife that's in charge of making sure everything.
Well, I mean, I do a lot of the Target pickup grocery orders. And
Yeah.
That honestly has helped too, because I'm not in the aisles just picking random things.
That's a really great
it's
tip.
More
Absolutely.
intentional of, okay, we already have, I can go look in my fridge. We already have this. What do we need? And then
there's more planning involved.
There's more planning. It's less impulsive, and that's helped. Like, I was already looking at their ad that starts earlier this week, because they posted on like Thursday, and I'm like, okay, well, I'm not going to buy this now because it's going on sale, and so I already have my list of things to get for this week. And so we kind of, play on what stores have on sale too. But typical day now,
so you do your workout.
do my workout.
Yep.
Go home, shower, get ready. I make my protein pancakes, my protein shake.
And your protein pancakes are just the premier protein pancakes.
Sam's Club.
Yep.
They're 3 in a package. They're wonderful. Put a little peanut butter, a little Nutella.
I had to give some away because of Whole30, because
That
we
was
needed the
sad.
room in our freezer because it's a giant box. So I know.
I'm
We
just-
don't eat them super regularly, but I love having them on hand, because for me, it's like that'll hit the spot. So I'll have those, but they're great. 3 little pancakes, like 15 grams of protein, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So good. That's a good.
And it's nice. It's easy for on the go.
Yeah.
'Cause
You can just microwave them or do whatever.
Fold them up as a taco, and you can go. And then I'm a protein shake, and then lunch is a Greek yogurt, apple, sometimes a bar of some sort, and then. But I'm not like hungry snacking because I had that protein shake. Sometimes I drink half in the morning, half in the afternoon. Depends on what my teaching schedule is for the day, because
that's really hard as a teacher. We hear that a lot from teachers, because at Farrell's, we recommend that you eat 4 to 6 times a day. But as a teacher, you don't always have 3 opportunities in your day to eat, which is fine. You just have to make sure you're eating a bigger breakfast and a bigger dinner to kind of offset that you're eating less during the day.
Right. And when I teach, I walk around the whole time. I don't sit, and that's helped too. And then supper it's dependent on the day. Mondays is really only our late day getting home, because Whitley has dance on Mondays. So we usually, sometimes it'll be if I can run home and start something, I will. Otherwise, it's a pickup day, or it's leftover from the weekend day. But otherwise, usually during the week, we have salmon a lot. We have some lean beef in our freezer. We have mini meatloafs. We have turkey cheddar dogs instead of the regular sausage dogs. Like, just buying those little differences helps a ton. And chicken, we have a lot of chicken, ground chicken, ground turkey, shrimp, all that stuff.
Well,
So
and,
it's like
and
not
everything
a
that
secret.
everything that you make, you guys probably eat it and you're like, this is so good.
Yeah.
Like we've been, our daughter, we've talked about this, how she'll just DoorDash, spend $30 at Taco John's,
That's
right?
like 2 blocks
It's
from
2
our
blocks.
house.
So it's like,
so close.
She's making like
1 stoplight from our house.
now she's cooking at home. We're all cooking at home because we're doing Whole30, and she's making steak with mushrooms, and she's like eating it. She's just like, this is just like, it's so good. She just loves every bite. Sad when it's gone, but then it's like, why can't we
feel
just
better when
do
you're
this?
done eating?
We wake up in the morning, we're not just feel so just bloated and full of ice cream and like all that stuff. Like, it's like, why can't we just, we talked about this too, like day 2 of Whole30. We're like, this is stupid. Why can't we just, we should just be able to be mentally strong.
I can eat healthy. I can follow the Farrell's meal plan. You can't. And so it's really hard for me to do it if you're not on board.
Yeah.
So I'm only
weak.
doing it for you.
Well, I
really
so
am.
Nice.
Just makes my life easier, also harder.
You mentioned Taco John's. Taco Inn has a really good cream cheese chicken enchilada. Well, I make those at home all the time. I'm like, and then I get it from there, and I'm like, the ones I make at home are so much better.
Yes.
It's like we use carb-free tortillas, the low-fat sour cream cheese, a shredded rotisserie chicken, and
It's the convenience.
It is.
It
It's
is.
the convenience.
It's the time we save by just whipping through the drive-through.
But you're
and
not
getting,
saving
You're really
time.
not saving time.
You just, it's the planning that you have to do
Yes.
ahead of time. Because, yeah, no, you're not saving time if you have to go to the grocery store instead of going through the drive-through. That's
Right.
not saving your time because you still have to cook it. But yeah, you have to plan ahead. The reality is, like, you have to learn how to cook.
Yep.
Yeah.
You
I
do.
mean, you just do. You have to learn how to cook basic things. It doesn't always have to be a gourmet meal. It doesn't always have to be multiple ingredients. But like, if you're not willing to take the time to cook your meals, if you're not willing to learn, like Jeff last year learned how to cook chicken in the air fryer for the first time.
Oh my gosh, and all the new things he's tried. I'm like, you've never tried half these things?
We had this soup. Nicole makes the soup, this clam chowder soup, which we're going to have today, that has like, what's all in there? Like stuff like.
So the clam chowder that we're going to have when I get home today,
when you get
it's
home.
just chicken broth. So I'll do like a cup for one serving. I'll do a cup of chicken broth, and then I'll simmer that with cauliflower rice. And then once that's all tender, then I blend that up so it's smooth. That's what makes it kind of creamy.
Mhm.
And then you just add a can of clams, and just with the juice too, because that helps to flavor it. And then a potato that you chop up, and then you just let it all simmer together until the potato's done. It's really good.
What did we have last week?
I
that
would
had
put
all
corn in it
these-
if I could, but you can't have corn on Whole 30. But
What did we have the other week that had, I was basically like I was just eating spoonfuls of vegetables.
oh, I just made a vegetable soup. It was just all like almost all vegetables. It was like a salad in a soup. It was
And,
just a bunch of vegetables.
You know, even something as
but
small
once you
as
learn
that,
how to cook and season your food,
right?
it's good.
Because that's what you taste. You
Yeah.
taste the seasoning of the broth,
Yeah.
not necessarily the
And
vegetables.
obviously there was in that chicken or in the clam chowder, there's onions, onion powder. Well, I
Yeah.
usually put onions in there and blend that up too, but onions, garlic, stuff
Well-
like that. But I just season it as I go.
And we just made like we had like I always pronounce this gnocchi.
Gnocchi.
Okay.
Gnocchi. Like it starts with an N.
I know it's just weird.
Because you think it starts with a G, but don't pronounce
Yeah.
the G. Gnocchi.
So like we had cauliflower gnocchi.
Good job.
And then some sauce that Nicole just made at home. It was just tomato paste, tomato sauce with some onions and like just a few
Italian
ingredients.
seasoning.
Or
Right.
if you go buy like ragu off the shelf and you look and there's just 100 things in there that you can't pronounce. It would cost like $1.50 for that
$1.50
for that sauce to make.
Yeah.
And then some shredded chip. Like we like getting the rotisserie chickens from
Yep,
Sam's.
same.
Which is like $4 or $5 for just a giant one.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like I'm eating it. And I'm like, oh, I really want to put Parmesan cheese on this, which I don't need, but it's so good.
Right.
And we had it 2 days in a row, and it took her, you put the gnocchi in the air fryer.
Takes 13 minutes.
The chicken's done. The sauce doesn't take very long.
Yep.
It's just a good, healthy meal where on New
But
Year's.
I didn't start that way. Like it's
Right.
really funny to me sometimes where I'll see my Facebook memories from like 13 years ago, and I'm like crowdsourcing questions about cooking because
Right.
I taught myself how to cook all this stuff. Like
Right.
so 13 years ago, I didn't know how to cook either. So sometimes I'm like, oh, I'm gonna make some meatballs. Should I freeze them raw, or should I bake them and then freeze them? Like I didn't know what to do. Now I would bake them and then freeze them because then you can just heat them up really fast. But it takes time. But you take the time to learn how to do it, and within a year, you can lose 50 pounds. It's not that it is life changing, but it's not like altering your day-to-day life that much once you get into it.
Yep.
There's no secret.
There's
Sorry.
no secret. and it's I wish there was we could snap our fingers and be healthy. And Bruce, you're talking about being in your 40s. So when I was 30, I was in bad physical shape. And I tell people that when I was 30 years old, I was in the body of a 45-year-old.
Mm-hmm.
And when I turned 45, I felt like I was in the body of a 30-year-old. So
And that's lifestyle.
age is right.
Right.
Age is just a number.
Yep.
Right. So, but yeah, as the older you get, you just have to. I mean, yes, I was telling somebody yesterday, I was warming up for fit class, and I feel like there's always little like aches here and like,
Oh yeah.
why does my foot hurt? Why does my so I'm getting those aches and pains, but I'm 46 now, so I'm a little bit older than you are.
Well, and for the longest time, I was wearing my knee brace every day.
Yeah.
Well, I stopped wearing that just because I'm like, I'm using it as a crutch anyways. Well,
Mhm.
now, like, I don't even have issues. 'Cause
And
I'm
a lot of that
50
probably
pounds
is
lighter.
being lighter, and you've taken out a lot of that inflammatory food. You're
Yes,
eating
yes.
food that's healthy, that your body knows what to do with and how to process it. That's a huge part.
Well,
So
it's like, we have a whole new wardrobe because
Mhm.
we were buying bigger clothes, and now we're wearing the clothes that we wore years ago, and it's just
That's awesome.
it's different to see, and being able to, play on the playground with Whitley and not just hoping she can make it up there and,
And not fall.
Yeah, like
I'll be down here in case
fall off.
I'll
we,
catch you.
we fit down the slide with her, and we have the energy to keep up with her, and that's the biggest thing is
Well, I'll tell you what, if you have
Why are you still talking? We need to go to break.
It's fine.
Okay. Well, I'm just telling you, we're
I
way
haven't
past.
seen any of this from Harrison
Well,
yet.
he's waiting for me to be the bad guy.
I'll tell you, your kids should be your number one motivation.
Mhm.
So with that, we'll go to break. Stay with us. We got one more segment left on 93.7 The Ticket, the Fitness Fanatics.
Raising little ones is a big job, and you do your best to give them a good start every day. That means making sure they're well cared for while you're apart. You work hard, but it's not always easy to make ends meet. There may be help. Find out if you qualify for Nebraska's Child Care Tax Credit for working parents. You could be eligible for a credit of up to $2,000 per child on your next tax return. Learn more at nebraskachildcaretaxcredit.org. Brought to you by First 5 Nebraska and Nebraska Children and Families Foundation and aired by the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Perch Merch is your one-stop shop for all your printing and promotional needs in Lincoln, Nebraska. They specialize in screen printing, embroidery, vehicle wraps, window wraps, print collateral, promotional products, and signage. At Perch Merch, they are committed to delivering high-quality products and exceptional customer service. Their experienced team of designers and printing professionals will work with you every step of the way to ensure that your vision is realized. Call for a quote today at 402-217-5212 or go to perch-merch.com.
Ever wish you had another light switch on the other side of the room on a dark night? How much better would you sleep at night if you had a ceiling fan in your room? The High Electric Service Department is here to make your electrical what-ifs a reality. Whether you're looking to replace some outdated light fixtures or brighten up your counters with under-cabinet lighting, High Electric can handle all types of residential electrical installations and services. Give Erica a call at 402-466-6606 or visit high-electric.com to get started.
Wrestling fans, it's time to elevate your game, just like Stevens & Smith Construction does for your concrete needs. As your full-service concrete contractor, we deliver solid results every time. From singles to doubles, fighting for inside position to scrambling reversals, we know how to pin down quality and slam expectations. Stevens & Smith Construction, a proud sponsor of Takedown Tuesdays on 93.7 The Ticket, where Husker wrestlers bring you all the action. Don't stall. Stevens & Smith Construction is here to help you build a concrete foundation for the win. Check us out at www.stevensandsmith.com because stalling is a penalty and winning is the only option.
Hey there, fellas. It's your girl Jordan with Sartor Heyman Jewelry. Allow me to get a bit sappy. For women, jewelry isn't just a gift. It's a timeless symbol of love and appreciation. You have to get this right. No fleeting trends or gadgets will make the impact. Every time she wears it, every time she gets a compliment, you win. Trust me, guys, you'll get your money worth. Until next time, this is Jordan at Sartor Heyman Jewelry. Happy shopping, guys.
Have you been injured in an accident and don't know where to turn? Do you need a lawyer you can trust to handle your case with professionalism and compassion? The attorneys at Liberty Law Group understand that a call to an attorney is a call for help. If you've been injured, we want to help you. Liberty Law's experienced attorneys are committed to the pursuit of justice for those injured. Contact us for a free consultation by calling 877-42-LIBERTY. Call Liberty Law and find out how we can help you get the compensation you deserve. Call 877-42-LIBERTY. Liberty Law Group, trial attorneys you can trust.
Men's health is not a game at Limitless Male. It's serious medicine. We're not a West Coast franchise with a one-size-fits-all approach. Every man is different. Some men require more or less testosterone to feel their best. At Limitless Male, we safely monitor your labs and symptoms along the way and adjust your treatment as needed. The only thing cookie cutter about Limitless Male? The incredible results men brag about. Schedule your free consult at limitlessmail.com.
Hey farmers, join Boyk Farm Outfitters at Precision Planning's Winter Conference happening January 22nd and 23rd at Innovation Campus in Lincoln. At Winter Conference, they'll cover topics like fertilizer inputs, weed management, spraying technologies, and priorities of the planter pass, to name a few. It's your chance to see new research that'll put you and your farm ahead of the curve, and it's free to attend. Whether you're a seasoned pro or just starting out, this event's for you. Visit BoykFarmOutfitters.com for all the details and to reserve your spot today.
Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program. Hope is only a conversation away when you choose to share your talent, time, and heart with a child. Together, you can build a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future, 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
Automotive Solutions is Lincoln's one-stop shop for all your vehicle needs, from vinyl wraps to engine repair and maintenance. Automotive Solution offers fleet services as well as printing and graphic design for vinyl applications, plus installation of vinyl for boats, trucks, cars, and anything else you want wrapped. Perfection is their standard, and they never settle for less. Call today at 531-249-5600 or go to automotivesolutionslincoln.com to learn more. That's Automotive Solutions, 2040 Southwest 5th Street in Lincoln.
Now back to Fitness Fanatics on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome back in. Final segment here with these two. All right, so we just have a couple minutes to go here. You guys wanted to give a shout out to one of our good friends, Matt Dow of Nutrition Authority, right?
Yep.
How did he help in all this process?
So Matt is, of course, big on the nutrition and the this is what your body is supposed to do side of it. He's not just the guy standing behind the counter. So I would encourage everybody to go check him out. He's down off of South 27th, south of Pine Lake. But we would walk in with our in-body results and be like, Matt, what do you think? You know, is this trending the right way? What do I need? And he would tell us if we needed something. And realistically, I don't think he ever really said, hey, you guys need to change this or need to consider more of something or less of something. But he also helped out because he has the protein powder for us and also the recovery and the pre-workout that we use, which we don't use a lot of substance or a lot of
supplements.
That's the word. Yeah. Sorry. Radio voice.
Yeah.
But he has things that are nutritious, that are healthy. He can point you in the right direction. And he definitely did for us. He'd say, hey, you know, I've got the zero sugar Emerge that you guys like, and I've got new flavors. Think you guys should check this out. And that's our big thing. You know, that's the Emerge is, for me, at least, it's my kickstart in the morning. So it was nice to have that from him. And then also the protein powder for recovery as well.
Well, and he was helpful with this CPR recovery flavor will go good with this protein flavor.
He's like a bartender.
Yes.
Put the stuff together and tastes good. Yeah,
A pre and post workout bartender.
Yep.
And he will listen to your woes just like we do too.
Yep.
You know.
Yep. Listen.
We appreciate Matt a lot and everything Nutrition Authority does. We have a lot of similar mindsets when it comes to nutrition and results, and he's very familiar with our program. So I never feel like I'm never worried when we send people over to them. But
so
we'll probably go see him with their New Year sale whenever they start that.
Yep. So just got a couple minutes left. I do want to give a shameless plug to our business, Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping. Our next 10-week challenge actually starts in 1 week. So this coming Saturday is the winter 10-week challenge. We've talked about this on the show that historically the second Friday of the year is Quitter's Day.
Yep.
Well, so if you have started to do something on your own and you get to next Friday and you're like, I haven't gone to the gym this week, you need to get a hold of us.
Yep.
You could start and have the accountability and the team atmosphere, the nutrition coaching, kickboxing, strength training. And you get to see Nicole and I every day. And Lindsay.
At 5 a.m.
Right.
At 5 a.m. And on Saturdays.
Yes.
Well, thank you guys so much. You guys had an awesome 2024. I'm looking forward to seeing what you guys do in 2025. So no pressure.
Yeah.
All right. We'll see you guys next week. My sister's joining us next week. It's going to be awesome.
Oh my God.
Lots of laughs. So we'll see you next week. Have a great week. Fitness Fanatics. 97 The Ticket.